Spirited, you would hate watching stuff with me, Jake, and Tony. I'm telling you now, anytime we
No,
sing
yeah, no.
anything,
I think you
or
would
we can
hate
take a
watching movies
guess.
with us in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime
Okay.
there's something we can take a guess about, we say it
Mm-hmm.
just like that. We don't say, "Oh, I think." It like, me and Jake guessed the Scream Killers.
Okay.
We guessed
Yeah.
the Who Done It in what is it called? Glass Onion franchise. Jake, what is it called?
Um,
Yeah.
Knives Out.
Knives
okay.
Out. We guessed the Killers in
Okay.
second Knives Out, like 30 minutes into that movie.
I don't mind guesses. I just don't
No,
mind.
but we didn't say it like a guess. I'm
Yeah.
saying we said exactly like her. I said, "Oh, the killer just if for Scream." I said, "Oh, the killer's the cop, and probably that girl that she didn't die."
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show her get stabbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, it would be different if you were to tell me like what, a couple weeks before that movie got released, that the script already got released, and and certain people knew about that spoiler. You know,
I don't think this girl can go out her way and spoil her boyfriend in the theater while they're watching.
Just saying.
Although
Yeah.
counter to that, I remember my ex and I we were watching Infinity War. I knew in advance the Avengers were gonna die, and her favorite one was Doctor Strange. And right before when he does the snap, I looked at her. I said, "It's gonna be okay." And then she's like, "What are you talking about?" And then she looks up and sees Doctor Strange die, and she was
Yeah,
like,
but that's not a spoiler though.
I
That's a
know, but it was
warning.
funny.
Yes.
That was me knowing leaks in advance. I like
I
playing.
Yeah, but that's a
I think-
warning.
I think y'all are forgetting how sensitive people were on spoilers back when the MCU was at its peak. I remember even the Simpsons, right? They had a whole episode dedicated to it was about Endgame, right? Infinity. There was a big superhero movie that came out, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and everybody was heavily anticipating the follow-up movie, right? Which was their version of Endgame. But Bart Simpson ended up finding that movie. He watched it. He knows how the movie ends. But the thing is, the movie isn't due to be released for months in advance. And now everybody's basically bending the knee and doing whatever Bart wants so that they don't get spoiled. And funny enough, it was actually that episode was actually directed by the Russo brothers too. So
I know.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't matter to a lot of people. I just want to know that it's scientifically proven. Spoilers do not really affect your experience that much. Your opinions of the movie will not change that much. You're spoiled.
Yeah.
I still remember my
Hearing
experience
something and
watching
then
it.
seeing how it's done are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, I saw the FNAF movie this past weekend. I enjoyed it. I still wish that it was rated R instead of PG-13, but I get it. Kids want to go see this movie. Whatever.
Wait, can I ask you a question about the movie?
If
No.
you want to.
I was told by a FNAF fan and another server I'm in. They're like, yeah, it's kind of worse than the first movie, but I enjoyed it.
It is.
Is that?
It's not a good movie it's not a good film, but it's a funny FNAF film.
Okay. Would that be accurate? Which is that your experience as well?
Okay, let me explain. So,
Oh my god.
I'll be quick with it, okay? Choices were made that I wish they didn't make, which I'm not going to spoil it because someone over here has feelings about spoilers.
Seen that movie.
No, go ahead.
Not watching
Go
that
ahead.
shit.
I don't care. I'm not
No,
watching
because
it.
I know there's the movie only came out a few days ago. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. Okay,
That's fair.
but yeah, choices were made that I didn't really like. I never said the FNAF movies were like the greatest pieces of cinema ever made. I do like that there were more horror elements in there, like a bit more in this movie than in the last movie.
Yeah.
There was a lot of funny bits. I'm not gonna lie to you. This should have been a horror comedy, but whatever. I'll live. I think what people like about this movie the most is the fan experience, like the collective fan experience.
Yeah.
That's how I personally view
That's how
this
theater I saw.
franchise, like this movie franchise. I like going to see this movie with friends. I went to go see with some friends this year. Bigger group than last time, but we were still missing 2 people from the last time we saw the movie, which kind of sucks, but we live. I dressed up as Foxy again. If anyone was curious, because he is my boy, my goat. Just kidding, my fox. But no, it was not as good as the first one, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up for me too. I don't think either one are good films. Like you told, like an average person, I wouldn't tell them to go watch this film. But if you like FNAF, it has enough there and enough of the experience to make it a worthwhile thing for you.
And only spoiler that I'm going to give: there's no Markiplier in this movie again.
Yeah, to be fair, he's doing Iron Lung and he'll finish in that.
Yeah, prioritize that. You can come in for the third movie. Also, to anyone who goes to see this movie, please stay for the whole credits. Okay, just like the last one, you need to stay for the whole credits. I don't care. Stay.
Oh yeah. I was working at a movie theater. I walked in on accident on the movie at the credits, and I was like, "Oh shit!" There's like a whole thing going on.
Yeah, I don't understand, dude. Like for certain movies, like why the fuck are you guys leaving? There is a post-credit scene. I just wanted to yell out.
Maybe it's one of the things they had to tell you before. Maybe it's one of the things they tell you to begin the movie. Stay tuned.
Well, what I do is when I go into the theater, and now I just look online because if you actually just Google, like, hey,
it just tells you if it's something on. There is a post-credit scene without spoiling you.
One thing from experience I've noticed is like when a movie does end, somebody will actually look on their phone. Is there a post-credit scene after this? And then
I do that all the time.
Say, you know?
Yeah, I do it before we go.
Well, I do it after the movie ends.
No, because any website usually don't spoil you. It's like, is there a post-credit scene? Yes, and not cut off.
Yeah, no. If I look up, does this movie have a post-credit scene? And I'm like, yeah, it does. Please stay for the whole credits. I'm like, okay, I'll stay for the whole.
You ever see those articles where they stretch out as long as possible before they answer? They're like, well, you know, like Thor has a big history in the MCU, you know, dating back to 19.
Yeah, no, I hate that.
Like, oh, shut up, bro.
Maybe the first thing, yes or no, in the first sentence, I'm usually out of this.
But I do hope that the third one, the third FNAF movie,
third one should need to go full horror. It needs to go full horror.
No, for FNAF 3 and 4, those need to be full on horror, full on rated R. I need that. You know how terrifying FNAF 4 is? Terrifying. I can't even play it, dude, because I'm so scared. Anyway, where's that going?
Yeah,
all right, so we got a lot of topics to go over, audience, so let's just get to it. Welcome, Compact Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Curtis Eagerphone 5. Let me enjoy my jar of peaches, all right? Move on.
My name is Jake Tylenol, and I've learned 2D. I've learned 2D on 3D techniques. I'll be like the Spider-Verse people very soon.
Why don't you just be the Batman Beyond person, huh? How about that?
Because that doesn't get approved apparently, so we just want to be in Marvel anyway.
Bro, it's a Batman. It'll get approved eventually. Okay. Bricky Wall here. Why is He-Man on the
cover? We have a He-Man topic.
I just looked up. I was like, who the hell is that?
We have a He-Man topic.
Okay. Bricky Wall here. Surprised that He-Man has made it into my show once again.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Witch.
Alright, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and I have been really enjoying Star Trek, the original series, okay? It is goofy as shit. And yes, Kirk and Spock are gay for each other. Fuck off.
Which you're noticing that they ran out of money, so they keep reusing sets, so they keep doing time travel or like weird episodes where they're back in time or something. That's so funny.
I got to one of my first time travel episodes recently.
I'll get used to them.
No, I believe I will, dude. I'm literally on the episode where Kirk is gonna have to go on trial because of the death of a crew member.
Jesus.
I hope you go on to watch Stargate Atlantis, because I'll show you what it means to save money. Don't do it in one forest. They film in one forest, and it's just different angles every time.
Look, I never said Star Trek was the most financially.
Oh, we know. Well, it gets better.
Crazy.
Yeah, it gets better.
This is not the Abrams movies.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one, guys. I'm sorry.
It gets better as the series goes on, but for right now you're real poor.
Well, this was in the late '60s. You're gonna have to be patient for me.
All right. Guys,
you're right.
We have a lot to go.
You're right. But we also have socials as well. We got a little thing right there.
Oh shit, we're back with me. First of all, subscribe. Second of all, follow the Twitter at Comic Phanatics 69. We post bi-weekly mostly. Unless I see something cool, then I retweet it, I guess. You can also find me on my socials on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. If you want to find my alt Twitter, you're gonna have to wait just a hot second, okay? You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. I just got some new Wild Child pictures, so go to my Instagram to see that. My Blue Sky and Tumblr are North Star Aria. You can also find me on my Ko-Fi at Witch of Jotunheim. You can also find me on Letterboxd at North Star Aria. And if you want to hit me up for a cool commission, hit me up on Instagram or
Do it.
Yeah, do it because I like money just as much as you like money. Okay. You can find Austin around. Austin's chilling somewhere. I don't know.
I'll be places.
Wall. Austin is like low key, kind of like Danny the Street,
You know what?
but not genderqueer, and not a street.
You know what? It's Christmas time. If you go draw, like we said, if you go draw my face, my arms, and everything on any wall, I'll appear like Frosty the Snowman. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why when I created you, that's what I had in mind, so that anyone can have an Austin running around as a brick wall. Crypt is just eating his canned peaches while being pissed off at a lady back from like 2019. Over an educated guess.
She deserves it.
That was a spoiler, man.
How was she supposed to know? How were you supposed to know she knew?
I was aware that the spoiler scripts were out there weeks in advance. I'm trying not to look at those or see
behind the video section for more of this conversation.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jake, I have a question for you, real quick. Where are you at in the multiverse?
Please not want to do it.
We're still on Barra Magna. This is the new world of Bionicle, and I brought Austin and Crypto there for a little bit. I don't know how they feel about it, but we'll find out later.
Yeah. These people are ugly. I wish I saw.
Hit me up when you want to leave, guys. Hit me up when you want to leave.
Gotcha. But anyway, with that, you guys want to get started?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're first, Crypto.
All right. Let me bring up the picture. All right. So the Avengers Doomsday team roster revealed, audience. So
didn't we already know this from a bag? Or like
but this is like the official. But this is like the official teams. Like okay, we know who the roster is for for the new Avengers, for FF, for the X-Men. But
why they do the meme face? Why did the man dirty with this one? You don't know this Anthony Mackie face has been a part of a meme because he looks like he knows something about you that you don't know.
I'm more distracted by Paul Rudd. It looks like he has lipstick on. I'm like, wait, what?
What's wrong with lipstick? Why can't
he's a freak, all right?
No, I'm just saying,
Paul
like,
hasn't aged since the 90s. You're gonna have to work with him, okay? He's allowed to do whatever he wants.
Gotcha. But anyway, so yeah, this is the team.
Why does Danny Ramirez look fake?
Well, he's the mustache, So I guess I don't know. He grew older. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we already know like all the mutants are going to be in the X-Men team. All the members of Fantastic Four are going to be in the FF. We all know the roster for the
Thunderbolts.
Avengers. Yep, and so yeah, this is the official team that Sam Wilson brings up. I think this is the best you can make given the time and resources you have at the moment. Because of all the script changes and character routes and Marvel realizing, okay, yeah, there may be some characters that aren't sitting well with the audience, so we're not going to be using those. We're not going to be using them. So yeah. So in this team we have Sam Wilson, Ant-Man, Falcon, Shang-Chi, Thor.
Sam twice.
Thor and Loki. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the one out of nowhere member.
That's what I expected, to be honest.
I kind of expected it to be there.
I didn't think Loki was going to be on the Avengers specifically, but I knew they were going to try to do the Thor Loki reunion scene.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of expected Loki to be here. I'm not going to lie to you there.
Well, I mean, I expected him to be like an ally. I didn't expect him to be a full-fledged Avenger. That's the audience.
Well, I don't think he's going to be a full-fledged Avenger. I just think he's going to be rocking with his team. Like they're going to find him, and he's going to go with them.
Strange is a quote-unquote Avenger. He's not really, but he's
not. He's adjacent.
Same way the Ravengers are Avengers, for one.
I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see Thor and Loki back together.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, me and him is gonna be a big deal since he don't know any of these people.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
gonna be
like,
the
I
one
know
outsider.
some of you, I don't know all of you.
No, he hasn't met any of them. He know of them, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's gonna be the
He
fish out
met
of water.
Banner, Wong. We know he's
Thor.
seen Carol, and we know he's seen Rhodey.
And he knows Thor, obviously.
Mhm.
He knows of Thor, but he never met Thor. Is what I'm saying.
Not this Thor.
Yeah, you know.
Kind of.
Which Thor? Which Thor are you talking
Oh, I
about?
thought you were talking about Loki for a second. I was
No,
like,
no,
Oh,
we're
no,
talking about Shang-Chi.
brother?
Shang-Chi.
Oh.
We're talking about Shang-Chi. Yeah, it's the team. Guys
Look, they
have any
need as
thoughts on
much
this?
help as they can get, okay?
I know
It's
people
the
don't
best
like
they can
Carol.
do.
They probably should have put Carol here. It feels weird not to have your next big event, not having all your heavy hitters. Just seems strange.
I mean, well, you have Thor, who's supposed to be the strongest he's ever been. Like
I don't
he's a
believe
heavy
that shit,
hitter.
man.
He's a heavy hitter of the team. You know,
I don't
like,
believe these people.
Yeah, but if our only heavy hitter is just one person, that kind of just
Well, we
doesn't
have
feel
Loki
fair.
too. We have Loki too. Loki's stopping time on people.
And we have a giant man. You know, so we got 3 heavy
Oh
hitters.
yeah. It's just like the world's about to end. You know, the whole universe about to collapse. It should be all hands on deck. What's she doing now? This one
Yeah,
of those
where
situations
the
she'll
fuck is
know about
Carol? Did
Thanos
she get a
again.
new
Does
haircut?
Carol not know about Thanos again? This is one of those situations. She's in the other part of the galaxy again.
Well, it is a secret war.
Hey, we're not there yet. This is Doomsday, okay? We're doing the countdown to Doomsday.
For anybody asking where's Carol or where's Captain Marvel, I guess her only answer will be there are thousands of other planets out there that need protecting. So
As long as she's looking for Monica Rambeau, that's probably why she's trying to do. She doesn't know.
Yeah, no, but she know Monica's a different universe. She won't be searching our universe for that.
Right.
Gotcha.
I think it's gonna be
That
like I was busy.
stupid.
Well, I think Doomsday is gonna affect Earth mainly, and then she's gonna be in the next movie because she's.
Can we talk about how Monica wasn't confirmed either?
No, we haven't found her yet.
Dude,
she's with the X-Men. The X-Men are in the film.
Is it that same X-Men though?
It's not.
No, they're not doing 3 versions of X-Men. I can promise you that.
There's nothing against Monica. It's just that there's going to be a few surprises that they want to keep secret for a period.
That's not a secret.
Monica
We know she's with the X-Men.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. There's
There's
that.
a whole post-credit scene of her talking to Beast.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But alright, so yeah, I just gonna want to talk about them each individually. Thor, this is gonna be interesting, like, you know, considering where the general public last saw Thor, which was not a favorable depiction. Ant-Man, you know, he kind of has to be here because of where he left off in his last movie with Kang. Man, that's gonna be interesting. See,
I was about to say that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I know, but that. Yeah, he's gonna be coming in there saying, like, you know, Kang's the real threat.
Yeah, we have to worry about King. Who the fuck is King?
Yeah, we have this big Doctor Doom guy coming up. Like, wait, who? Okay. Loki.
God, you have to make a time machine again. King's gonna come.
Funny enough, funny enough, that's the same situation Loki's in right now. Because remember, his story was setting up King as the villain, you know. But Doctor Doom's the big honcho now.
I'm saying, I think this movie's still gonna open up with the death of all the Kings by Doctor Doom. I think that's how Loki gets involved.
Yeah, you kind of have to at that point. Sam Wilson's here because, you know, hey, Avengers team needs a Captain America. Joaquin Torres.
Look, every Cap needs his Falcon. All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also at that, you know, Falcon and Joaquin Torres really is just like that one extra in the background, really, during these team ups, you know. So
yeah, they refuse to give him his vampire powers.
Yeah, I know, but no, it's just gonna be difficult to stand out amongst, like, okay, I would say like Joaquin is like a C-lister, right? You have like 4 of these people here are A-listers, so it's going kind of hard to be standing out amongst them, you know.
I think his standout stuff is going to come when they all team up and meet each other. Cause I can see them trying to pair him with Johnny, who's around his age and stuff like that.
Oh, you kind of have. Oh, yeah, you kind of have to, man. And can I just say, I'm glad Joaquin dodged the bullet that was Young Avengers. You know, so
no, because they aged him up for no goddamn reason.
Well, I mean,
is he already aged?
No, they like either de-age or age up some of these characters. I'm just saying.
I mean,
weird.
Joaquin is like in his early 20s, as far as I'm aware of, in the movies, right? But you know, they were all just going to be piling up the youngish heroes anyway on whatever that Young Avengers thing was supposed to be about.
I hope they didn't. I hope
We'll
they
worry about it in the
never
next
fucking
life.
do.
But we know they're not continuing on with that. So I'm kind of glad like Joaquin dodged that bullet at least. So and Shang-Chi, yeah,
He needed to be here. He needed to be in something because that shit was getting weird.
Okay,
I get he didn't have a lot of connections, and he set up his second movie already, and they had to postpone it for obvious reasons. But it's like they should have let him show up in something else by now, before this.
I know.
It just problem is like, where would you do it? He doesn't fit literally anyone else, so they could have done it.
Yeah. So he's here for all you Shang-Chi fans. Here we go. Yeah. So
hey, he has the 10 rings. He's a powerhouse technically. He killed the dragon.
I kind of needed the 10 rings to kind of stack up with everybody else, So, but yeah, that's really it. I can see the scene.
I think this is probably the least impressive Avengers roster we have. Not power wise, but character wise. Because a lot of these people still only have one movie or still just sidekicks the whole time.
Yeah. This is the team that Sam Wilson was so about, like that, like someone like
How dare you let John Walker be an Avenger? This is my name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't there a person on your team who literally destroyed New York, Sam?
He admitted he was wrong and he got redemptions.
Who caused an invasion to happen, Sam? Well, yeah.
Also, he's not on the team.
That fat guy who let Thanos kill half the universe?
All right, well, he's working on himself, self-improvement, all right?
Yeah. Oh, but I get rid of one freaking terrorist that you backed up, and I'm the worst person in the world. Like, let's not go on that. In all seriousness, I kind of do want to see an interaction between Sam and John. Like, how does Sam feel about John at this point in their careers?
Beat his ass, bro. Beat his ass, bro.
He saw him try to save the day before. It was just
he gave him a nod. I get they're okay.
Yeah, and Bucky's okay with him, so
I'll say Bucky the one who had more right to be mad, to be honest.
Like, why is Sam so mad that their team is called Avengers? I wonder. So.
Steve gave me that name.
Well, yeah, it was
the Avengers.
Yes, Sam. Steve also gave you the shield, and we all know what you attempt to do with that.
Guess what? You gave it both to the government. The government gave us the Avengers name. There you go. Boom.
Fair trade.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's really it for this topic. All right, you guys have any final thoughts before we move on?
Not really. I don't really care. We're gonna see whoever we're gonna see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, with that, let's move on, guys.
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh God!
Jake,
Netflix bought Warner Bros. Who gives?
What?
Shit?
Oh, what do you want me to say? Netflix, WB, they got them. They got them.
You introduced the topic like a regular person. Netflix bought Warner Brothers.
My friend Billy brought this up, so I'm gonna kind of just say what he said, very loosely. But we know the DCU is gonna be fine. We know this.
Yeah.
We're not 100% sure what they're gonna do about their other properties that they don't give a shit about. So we're just gonna have to wait.
I think that's more the problem.
Huh?
I agree. I think that's more the problem with this deal.
Yeah, say Cartoon Network and Looney Tunes are the ones that I'm more scared about.
Yeah.
Than the DCU, because DC is going to be fine. They just do their own thing for the most part. It's just everything else that's under their property is what I'm nervous about.
Netflix has already said they plan to honor any deals and plans that have already been made. So
does that mean we're going to get the Ghibli movies on US Netflix now?
Maybe. So until DC's time to renew contracts and stuff, everything should stick to how it is. My biggest thing is Netflix has this thing when they make a show. If that show isn't widely successful, they don't give it a season. They are quick to cut the cord on anything. Yep. It can win awards. It can win awards. It can do numbers. If it's not immediately super profitable, they immediately cut it so they can spend all that money on a different project that might make it.
Yeah, that's why we haven't gotten Castlevania Nocturne season 3, and I'm still pissed about it.
So with that like mindset in mind, I don't like them having all the new big names they just got.
Yeah.
Because that does make me worried that like it's gonna be one of those situations, kind of like Transformers One, where they do something, they don't, because Netflix don't advertise that well unless they know it's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like Castlevania and DMC and all that stuff that became popular was really because the fan bases were sharing around nonstop.
Yeah.
Not really because of Netflix marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So also, so I do worry about how the future of some franchises look with Netflix. And then you have the fact that they now own the distribution rights. Well, give the rights to give like stuff out to the theaters and stuff for a lot of these projects. You don't know,
Okay.
like the MonsterVerse, Warner
Yeah.
Brothers put the films out for Blu-ray and all the other stuff for them.
Oh.
Now Netflix has the right to those rights to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit before like this whole switch changes. I guess you could say that. So we still got a little bit of time to see what happens, but
and even then, it's going to be a bit before we see the after effects of this.
Yeah,
So
because remember, the current person of Netflix, the current president, is the person who's been adamant that people don't want to go to theaters; they want to watch movies at home.
Hey.
yeah.
So
To be honest with you, I think this deal is partially gonna be another part. I feel like I should say of why the movie theater experience is gonna go to shit.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm telling you now, if Netflix starts back doing that thing where like what HBO's originally doing, where like, oh, the movie's in the theater and it's on TV right now, that's going to kill the theater experience of it.
yikes.
Like I'm
Especially
still
if they
pissed.
announce,
I'm
oh,
still
in
pissed
just
that
1 month it's going to come to the TV. Like that's not going to help anything.
And plus, with all these studios just wanting to put their movies onto fucking Netflix right away instead of giving it a theatrical chance, i.e. Frankenstein, i.e. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Mostly Frankenstein right now. We'll get to K-pop.
That's gonna require. I mean, that's gonna require the theater industry to make some concessions because at that point you're competing with Netflix now. So you have to make it more appealing to show up to the movie theaters than it is to go at home. He's talking about it.
So what? Just make it cheaper? I don't know what else they can do to enhance the experience.
Because it's just like at this point, it's like the dude's low key spinning. How many times have people just gone like, "I'll just catch this on streaming when it comes out"? It's only come out in like a month or two.
Until COVID, they weren't doing that really at all.
And keep in mind, movie tickets are around the same price as a fucking Netflix subscription.
Bro, AMC like for one person is $20. Like for one person ticket. And imagine if you had like a family of like 4 watching a kids movie.
For me, going to the theater by myself, just getting the regular snacks stuff, be like $40.
It's true.
I spent like $40 on tickets to go see FNAF because my friends were like, "Here's some money, go get us tickets."
Yeah, like I know it myself, but people worried about the theater industry. That's not a job for Netflix or, but that's the theaters having to compete. There's nothing unless if people just agree to stop watch streaming, which they won't. People are lazy.
It's not even about lazy. Like if I only watch something in the theater, then
it's like
I'm missing out on a whole lot of
lazy. Lazy is the wrong word. I'm saying people are more like they want comfort, and if I don't have to, I don't have to spend money on gas, a ticket, popcorn, snacks, all that stuff. I could just stay home and do that. Like save a lot of money. I'd just rather do that. And so if you're gonna ask people to keep theaters alive, theaters are gonna need to change their ways. They're gonna need to find some way to get people to want to come in. It's gonna involve reducing the prices. That's how it's gonna be. So,
especially since like we said, theaters and streaming are so expensive nowadays. I feel like they probably should have to do that instead of just like tossing out like popcorn buckets and commemorative cups that people are only going to use like once, maybe twice. I'm still pissed I didn't get the Nosferatu coffin, dude.
Pro tip: if you wait till right about when the movie's about to get out of theaters, you can get those buckets like a lot cheaper. They mark them down.
Well, they sold out of the Nosferatu ones pretty quickly, so I wasn't able to get one.
Some of the popular, some of the really big movies actually only have a 1 per customers on those popcorn buckets.
Also, they're just expensive as shit.
Yeah, like what, $60? $60?
Everything's just so goddamn expensive.
Sometimes, yeah. The Galactus one I got $60, but I didn't buy it. So I didn't care.
I would have gotten the Freddy Fazbear like plushie, popcorn bucket, but that was like $35, and I didn't want to spend that money.
Man, I must have spent like $150 on all the Deadpool merch they had for Deadpool 3 in the movie theaters. The popcorn
Well, have
bucket
fun with
and
that.
the cups. The Wolverine and Deadpool cups.
Man,
Hey, they
I
were
got a
fancy
FNAF
cups.
cup and I was bothered.
And
hmm
there was something else that the man was saying. Oh yeah, so he said that Warner Brothers specifically, they still want their movies to come out of theaters,
Oh, thank God.
and he seems
Yep.
willing to do that. But I do think that's going to change the moment the initial deal runs through.
Mhm.
To be
Wow,
honest
this
with you, we don't know until it actually happens.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
based on everything this president has said recently and before this, it lines up with him wanting Netflix to dominate stuff. Now, speaking of that, that means Netflix price is probably going to increase by like $20. By the way,
Luckily, I don't
Mhm.
pay for fucking Netflix.
Jake, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, you're gonna be paying $40 for Netflix. So
I don't pay for Netflix.
you're doing my heart.
No, okay.
It counts somewhere.
Yeah, like a
Anyway.
lot of people are just gonna be ending up sailing the seven seas just to see their new their shit, anyways. Because
Yeah,
Netflix
so
is
like
getting
it's
expensive. They just racked up, like, they just added an extra $1 on my goddamn fucking Disney Plus.
Oh boy.
So I'm paying
Wow.
$12 a month. Luckily, I canceled my Crunchyroll subscription. Jesus Christ.
let me see Netflix pricing. Let's see what the price is right now.
Expensive as hell. But I just hope
The
that
standard ad-free Netflix is $18.
Oh my God,
Wow.
that's fucking expensive.
Mhm.
That's not even the premium one, which is 25. So you add
Mhm.
Warner Brothers their whole category, and then them dropping movies in the theaters and on Netflix probably at the same time, or like a month later. That's probably going up to $50.
Mm.
God, dude, this is pissing me off. Can we move on?
Yeah, we've pretty much
You
said
guys
all
are-
the big announcements and worries.
Gotcha.
We'll have to wait
All
and
right.
see.
Yep. All right then. Okay, audience. I guess with that, we'll move on to the next topic. So, do.
Oh, thank God, it's my turn. Yay.
Go
I was
ahead.
trying to be quick
Bro, you
with
about to
this,
jack
guys.
his chain?
I'll explain in a little
You
bit.
know, the next frame. Give me that shit.
I'll explain in a hot second, but we're talking about Twisted Wonderland, the animation episodes 5 and 6, okay? So if anyone forgot what happened last time, all you need to know is that the ginger-haired motherfucker Ace, he ate one of the slices of the strawberry tarts that were going to be used for something, like for a celebration, okay? So he ate one of the slices and he got caught by Riddle. That's the red-haired motherfucker who's chugging at the chip. So Riddle's special like spell, signature spell is called Off With Your Head. So when he uses it, he adds this like power dampening chain, like collar thingy. That's what he does. Okay, that's his thing. So basically, the last episode ends off, and where we start with is Ace basically just being pissed off over the whole situation, like everyone should be. But at the same time, this was kind of his fault, so he low-key kind of deserved it. And so he gets caught by Riddle, and Riddle's like, yo, I'm all ears, like, tell me what's good, and everything like that. And, Ace is obviously kind of, like, scared, because Riddle, for how tiny he is kind of fucking scary, I'm not gonna lie to you, to some people. And so Riddle was like, oh, where this scene comes from, by the way, he was like, I was gonna take this off if you showed any remorse, but nah. And he spews off a couple more of the rules that they have to follow and everything like that, and then he leaves, and he's all pissed off because, like, no, like, what the hell is up with this institution, blah 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 blah, like, y'all need strict discipline, blah 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 blah. Do we have a picture of a bunch of people at a table?
People that look
You better cryptid.
the same, right? People that are dressed the same.
Yes, like in uniforms.
Yep. There you
No,
go.
not that one. I was
dang.
sitting at a table.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. There you go.
Why they
That's
looking
the
at us?
squad. That's the squad. If you haven't been paying attention, I'll let you know. The green-haired motherfucker is Trey. The one not in the normal school uniform is Yukin, who's our main character this time around. Then the cat
I was about
is
to say,
Rin.
because he looked generic. I'm not going to lie.
He
I
got
was like, what the
isekai. He
fuck?
got isekai.
Oh, but when Reen Schwarzer shows up, all right.
Bro,
Boy got
Randy
isekai.
Schwarzer has
That's
a
why he doesn't get
super
a full
form
uniform.
and a robot.
Anyways, the cat is Grim. The gingered motherfucker at the end with his hair slightly up is Cater. Then it's Ace, and then the blue-haired motherfucker is Deuce. Okay, so they were like, okay, what do we got to do to make Riddle take off his fucking collar? And so they're like, we got to make a tart. We got to replace the whole thing because Riddle has this type of thing at an birthday party. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Where he likes to have the first slice, like the first cut of the cake. You get what I mean? So they have to make a whole tart. And so Ace was like, hey, Trey, can you help us make the tart? And Trey was like, yeah, Riddle's been craving a chestnut tart, so as long as you help me get the goddamn chestnuts and help me prepare the whole thing, yeah, I can help you guys out. And they're like, cool. So, first things first. Okay, they have to go get the chestnuts. So Yukin, Ace, Grim, and Deuce, they have to go to the fucking greenhouse, right? To get the chestnuts. So they decide to split up. So Yukin and Grim go on their own way. The Gaybos do the other thing. They go into a different direction. And Yukin's just walking and he accidentally steps on a tail. Can you go to the guy with the brown hair with the yellow vest?
Yep.
So hi, Leona. I still don't like you. So we get to see Leona in the flesh and ears again, and he's like, I'm gonna, like, you woke me up from my nap and everything. I'm not gonna take this goddamn lightly, And Yukin's over here just apologizing because it was an honest mistake. Your tail was out and about on the walking path. Okay, that technically, yeah, it was his fault, but at least he apologized.
Hold on.
It wasn't even that big of a.
What the fuck was this guy napping? That his tail was in the walking path.
Ooh.
He was napping nearby and on the ground by some bushes.
That's his own fault. You fucking weirdo. Go to bed.
Yeah, he's a bitch. I fucking hate him. I don't care how hot you are, Leona. I don't like you. Anyways, before Leona can kick Yukin in the face, Ruggy, who is the guy in the back, he's like, yo, you already skipped a grade, dude. Like, you already got help back a year, dude. You do not want to have to do this shit again. Let's go. It's like, oh, and Ruggy turns to the others and I'm like, oh yeah, don't mind him. He gets really grumpy when he wakes up. So maybe avoid him for a little bit. And so Leona has a reference where he's like, oh, next time you come into my domain, be prepared. And it's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Anyways.
Right.
So basically, they find the chestnuts. Like, Ace and Deuce find them. They collect a whole bunch of them. They bring it back to Trey. And he's like, yeah, we can get started, guys. And so that's what they do. They take their time. They make the tart. It looks amazing. Well, before they do that, they had a little bit of extra batter, I guess you could say, and they ran out of stuff, So, Deuce and Yukin offer to go to the school store because they have a school store, obviously, and they're like, we'll go get like the milk, the eggs, and whatever else we need. Okay, so they pull up. Okay, Grim was there too, by the way. So they pulled up to the shop, and you know who we get to see? And I didn't get a picture of because I'm stupid. You know who we get to see?
Who?
We get to see my boy Sam. No last name. Sam Twisted Wonderland. That's his name, guys.
Sam, Mr. Twisted Wonderland.
He doesn't have a last name for the longest time.
If it isn't Mr. Twisted Wonderland himself.
He was based off of Dr. Facilier, and they couldn't give him a last name. Whatever.
Wait, what's his first
What
name
you call
again?
Sam Facilier?
Oh, Sam. Okay.
I don't know, man. They get pretty creative with the names for the most part, but sometimes. No, the only two characters for the longest time who didn't have a last name was Sam and Silver, but after book 7, it's just Sam now. They gave the one full-on black dude no last name. Should I be offended?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Your name was taken from you.
Well, I'm also not black, but I do like Sam.
Think it was Brock from Pokemon had a last name? I forgot.
Most of these people didn't even have last names.
No. Just yeah.
I think only Misty did. I think
Ash
called Ash or Palito.
No, Ash Ketchum.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Name. I don't think Brock had last name.
Hopefully in book 8 we get to we get to have Sam's last name revealed, hopefully manifesting. Anyways, so Sam does his little thing, which I love him. I love Sam, by the way. He's always so energetic and bright, even though his place is really fucking dark. It's great. I love him. Yeah, so basically they get the stuff, and they didn't buy the mini UFO to carry their things, guys. Sorry. Anyways, so they decide when they're walking back, some asshole bumps into Deuce and he drops the eggs, right? And so we see, and obviously they cracked because that's what eggs fucking do. They crack. And so Deuce and this other Heartslobule guy start getting into a fight because, come on, dude, why you gotta be an asshole like that? You're part of Heartslobule too, dude. You want Riddle to collar your ass? Anyways, not important. So, luckily, Deuce gets stopped mid-fight, by being like, "Do you want to get expelled, bro?" Yeah, don't worry about it. What the hell? His last name is Harrison?
Yeah, dog, you looked it up. First name Brock Harrison.
Ew.
I don't think I've
A
ever heard
random
that.
Pokemon magazine said it's not in the show.
I don't trust that. I'm not taking that as canon. Anyways, so yeah, basically Deuce reveals some of his backstory some more while he's crying over the
Missy's
eggs.
last name is Williams.
What? Okay, this
I'm
is
not
some
even-
made up shit.
I'm
This
not
is
This is
made
from
up.
This from K Zone magazine
Fake-
interview with
fake-
the English voice actors
Fake
I'm
when
not.
they
news,
was asked for
audience.
the last name.
Fake news,
Oh.
audience. Fake news.
Fake news. Anyways, going back to it. So yeah, basically Deuce reveals some of his backstory of his delinquent days and why he turned out the way he is now, And basically, Yukin's like, "Don't worry about it, dude. It happens to the best of us. We understand." And also, you shouldn't have said that those eggs were gonna be cooked into a tart instead of becoming chicks, because those eggs were not fertilized, so they were never gonna be chicks anyways. And that gave Deuce the biggest existential crisis of his 16 years of life.
Mhm.
Man, it took us 60 years to find it out.
Better late than ever.
Mhm.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, I don't know what you want from me to say. Anyways, so they get back, they finish the tarts, they consume the tarts. It is all fine and dandy. Cater pulls up to have some too because he does that. And so basically the episode ends where they decide Ace and Deuce go stay at Ramshackle because Ace still can't pull up to the dorm because of the collar, and also because Cater won't let him. And so that's basically where the episode ends. We get the ending song, obviously, with Obedience. And then our little vignette at the end is basically just that basically everyone at Ramshackle having a little sleepover. Yay, and they're playing card games and everything like that. And Deuce and Grim get really fucking competitive. That's all I gotta say. I don't even know what fucking game they're playing, but they were playing like a card game where if you get the Joker card, like, you lose, or something like that. I don't know the game. All you need to know, that's where the episode ends. Okay, cool. Next episode.
Okay.
So remember that last picture you put with the bunch of the same guy?
Yeah. Okay.
Can you put that picture up? Thank you.
It's a
So
multiple
basically-
man from X-Men.
I'll explain it a little bit. But basically, Trey was able to deliver their dorm uniforms to Ace and Deuce. So now the episode starts off with them and Yukin and Grim going to the birthday party to deliver the tart, get the collar off. It's all gonna be fine, right? It's all gonna be fine and dandy. Anyways, so yeah, Cater says what's up, and he uses his signature spell, Split Card, which basically helps him create clones of himself. So that's his thing. And so basically they all enter the birthday party. They're fucking vibing. They're having a good time. And so Ace finds a moment to go like talk to Riddle, who's chilling out. And he's like, "Oh hey, like I wanted to apologize about the tart thing, so I brought a replacement." And in a good mood, Riddle's like, "Oh, what kind of tart did you make?" And Ace was like, "Oh, I thought you would never ask." So basically we wanted to fill like your cravings that you wanted to do. We made a chestnut tart. immediate switch up. Riddle's like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? According to this random rule, you are not allowed to have a chestnut tart at a fucking unbirthday party. Get rid of it fucking immediately. There's like over 800 rules, by the way.
You know what? Fuck this guy.
That's very specific. Was there like some dark history with that chestnut tart?
So basically, all of the rules are based off of whatever the Queen of Hearts said. God knows how long ago.
Okay.
Most like she ate a textbook or like this.
And also, Riddle was grown up with a bitch of a mother, but I'll get to there when I get to there.
It just kind of reminds me of a character from One Piece who's a giant. Like the food he hates the most is sweet bun tarts, right? But because we all know what happened during that event.
So I don't know what happens, but I don't really care right now. So
very tragic.
Yeah, basically, basically Riddle's like, get fucking rid of it, and so I basically, Ace and crew, so Ace, Deuce, Yukin, and Grim are like, fuck all your stupid ass rules, dude, you fucking tyrant. And Riddle obviously gets pissed off, collars all four of, well, the rest of them, kicks him out, and Cater and Trey are like, sorry, you know, but obviously Trey feels a bit bad because, which I'll get into a little bit later. So basically they're like, what the fuck? And also, the collar doesn't really do much to Yukin, okay, because he doesn't have fucking magic. He's like a magicless being in a magical world, dude. So, like, it's just adding a bunch of weight to him that's, like, unnecessary, okay? Anyways, so basically, they're, like, outside of the birthday party and everything, and then we get introduced to a very silly guy, okay? He's very, very silly, guys. So basically, he has cat ears and purple hair. Did I send a picture of that by any chance?
Purple hair? No, you didn't. Nope.
Okay, I did not. That is my bad. Okay, I was just trying to find pictures. Okay, it was hard to find screenshots.
Yep, you sent like 6 pictures, by the way. So
yeah. I don't even remember what other pictures. We'll figure it out at the end. Anyways, not important. So basically, we get introduced to. I'm not even gonna remember his full name. I don't give a shit to remember his full name. Anyone in the comments, you can comment his full name, and I don't care. Have fun. So we get introduced to Chenya. Okay, he is based off the Cheshire Cat, and if you're wondering, does he go to the school? Like, I didn't see him at all, like in the opening or whatever. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played the game. No, he is not from. He does not go to Night Raven College. Okay, he goes to a different school. Okay, he just likes to fuck around.
Yeah, is this that boyfriend that people be like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, he go to a different school. Lying ass.
Yeah, kind of. He goes to a school called Royal Sword Academy, which I'm assuming where all like the characters inspired by Disney heroes or whatever would be. You know, you haven't met him yet because he doesn't appear till book 5, but you'll meet a guy named Nige LeBlanc. You'll meet him later. I want you to guess who's he based off of.
That's their version of George Glass audience.
No, he's based off Snow White, but good guess though.
No, I'm just saying George Glass because it was a Brady Bunch character where the sister wanted to pretend she had a boyfriend, so she just called him George Glass, but everybody knew he was made up. So they just played along.
Yeah, I didn't watch Brady Bunch. Okay, not important. Anyways, so yeah, Chenya's like, oh yeah, you should go talk to Four Eyes. Like, he knows why Riddle is like this, you know. Well, bye. And so he like disappears because, you know, he's based off the Cheshire Cat. He can do whatever the fuck he want, apparently. And so then basically the whole squad regroups in the library and everything like that. And then Trey pulls up. And basically he explains kind of like how Riddle became the way he was, which going back to his bitch of a mother. So basically we find out that his mother, like his parents are like really popular, like not popular, but they're like famous doctors or whatever the fuck from the Queendom of Roses, which is where Riddle, Trey, and Chenya are all from, you know. Yeah. And so we basically find out that his mother basically controlled every aspect of Riddle's life. That's why a lot of people like to assume that Riddle has some flavor of an eating disorder and a lot of other issues on top of that, but definitely, yeah. His bitch of a mother is the fucking worst, dude. I fucking hate that bitch with a burning fucking passion. I stand on business, okay, guys? Mark my fucking if I meet this woman, it is on sight, dude. On sight. I don't know about your dad. I don't know about his dad. but I'm beating up that bitch of a mother. I'm adopting Riddle as my own child, and I'm gonna take him out to get some fucking ice cream.
We'll help you. It'll be Comic Fanatic versus this guy's mom. Right?
Yeah, Riddle's mom. Yeah, Comic Fanatic versus Riddle's mom. Fuck this bitch. Keep in mind, she is the only parent that we've seen who doesn't even have like full on character sprite. It's just like a shadow. Okay. Yeah. For the most part, we might see like Leona's brother and dad later, but for right now, he is a bitch. I fucking hate her. So yeah, we'll learn what happens after Riddle overblots next episode. But basically they're all like talking together. Like he's basically explaining everything, and Ace is like, okay, we can't really change who someone's parents are, so that's out of the fucking question. But the fact that you didn't even try to do anything is partially your fault for how he became the way that he fucking was nowadays, okay? You didn't fucking step up to stop his bullshit, and that's a problem on you, okay? We can't change the past, but we can definitely change the fucking present, and that's part of the reason why we're here in this situation, because you didn't fucking do anything about it. And so basically, Crowley pulls up and is like, "Hey, if you have a problem with your house warden's fucking governance of the house, you can always challenge him to the fucking throne, And basically, like, explains what Riddle became house warden like a week after he first came to the school, because that makes sense. And so basically, Deuce and Ace, they decide they're going to go against Riddle together. Grimm wanted to join, but obviously he can't because he's not a part of Heartslopule. And so basically, that's basically like how this part of the episode ends. And so we kick off with another one of the weird dreams that every main character has to go through with the fucking mirror. Okay, earlier in the episode, you can have one about the Queen of Hearts finding out that they painted the roses red, and so now his dream basically is like Alice calling the Queen of Hearts like a pompous fucking bitch of a tyrant, or whatever. And so she's like, off with your head, and then like all the fucking card soldiers pull up. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen Alice in Wonderland. And so basically, Yukin wakes up and he's like, oh shit, yeah, it's time for the fucking duel, I guess you could say. So basically, we go back to Heartslopule. Crowley's there to make sure everything goes well for the most part. And so he's like, hey, Riddle, take off the collar so it's only fair. And Riddle's like, that's fine. I'm going to put this bitches back on and like very quickly so we can get the show on the road for tea time. And so basically, the fight starts after the mirror dropped and bursted all over the place. You know how fucking glass works. And so basically, without even giving them a chance, really, Riddle just collars them again. And yeah, that's basically where the episode ends. We'll come back to you next time on that. And probably next week. I think next week's the season finale. I don't know, but we'll see. Because we're almost done with it. It's probably going to be like one or two more episodes, but not important. Anyways, so basically, that's where the episode ends. But our vignette is basically Kaleem. It's in Scarabia, by the way, a whole different dorm. So Kaleem goes to Jamil and is like, hey, so Ruggy's coming over, and I promised him that we would make him a bunch of foods. And Jamil's like, nah, I've been cooking for you for 3 weeks straight. I ain't doing that shit. And so Kaleem is like, oh shit, sorry, Ruggy, I have to cancel our plans. And Ruggy's like, no, I've been waiting for this all week, dude. I brought all this Tupperware. I didn't eat dinner last night because I wanted my tummy to be like nice and empty for the food. Ruggy is poor as shit.
Aw.
Kaleem is rich as shit. Okay.
Oh damn.
Ruggy basically
hired a cook. Then don't try to convince me last minute to cook more stuff.
No, I'll get back. I'll get on it. But all you need to know is that Ruggy is known for mooching off of Leona like all the fucking time. Okay, that's the kind like he does that sometimes, but not important. Not important. Okay. So basically, Kaleem is like, oh yeah, no, cooking shouldn't be that hard. Like I got this and everything like that. Turns out Kaleem doesn't know how to cook. Okay.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't know because he was a part of a royal family, dude.
Yeah, but he's rich.
He had like servants and shit to do that shit for him.
Cooking's a fun part of a meal, but
No,
that's
Yeah,
not for
but
the
he grew up
richest
in
people, bro.
royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, not important. So basically, Jamil pulls up, and Ruggy's like, "Hey, Kaleem doesn't know what the fuck he's doing," and every time Jamil's like, "I ain't fucking cooking, asshole," and like Ruggy's like, "Yeah, I know, but if someone doesn't take over, like he's probably gonna poison us all." And Jamil's like, "Oh shit." Basically, he ends up cooking for Ruggy and Kaleem, and so Ruggy leaves with all the fucking Tupperware and shit like that, and Jamila's like, "No, and not again," and so that's basically where the vignette ends. The scroll like closes back up, and that was a really cool scene. But anyways, that's where episode 6 ends. Stay tuned for episode 7 when we see this small child of like 16, 17 crash out so hard that he has a giant monster thing behind him, and he gets a cool new fit. Stay tuned for this week. Stay tuned for Wednesday, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where that's
something.
can you show the pictures I didn't show, because I don't fucking remember what pictures I
There
saw.
are only two pictures left that I haven't shown.
Oh, so that's
that's
Baby
the one with
Riddle,
purple hair.
Chinya,
You blind
and
bat.
Trey.
I can't see that from that little screen. Okay, it was a kid. You could have just said it was a kid, and there was a guy with glasses.
It literally said based on a Cheshire cat. They do have the little pin.
Hey, why don't you get this to Jake too? Come on, he's the one who does this too. I'm the one having to bring
Yeah,
up all the
Jake, why didn't you tell
pictures.
Bad your job?
Why do what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're bad at your
Exactly.
Why don't you be in charge of bringing up the pictures, Jake? Why is it all left on me now?
I got 3 jobs and a career I'm working on, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're here anyways. So yeah,
and
that's
the other-
Baby Riddle. Oh, that okay. So that's Baby Riddle, Baby Chenya, and Baby Trey, and that is Riddle crashing the fuck out.
Okay.
Kicking out the squad. After like right before like collaring them and then kicking them out. That's basically Riddle crashing the fuck out. Partially over a chestnut tart, by the way.
God dang.
Hey, there was 810 rules, and apparently he memorized all 810, dude. He would fit so well in the Gusulan sect, okay? That's a reference that only I understand. But yeah, that's basically the end of my bullshit. Yeah.
Is it weird I have a craving for chestnut tarts now, audience?
Yeah, we should make a chestnut
they're banned
tart.
from the chat too. No, they're banned from Fanatic too. If it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough for us.
Look, I want a chestnut and a strawberry tart, dude. So give me both, and I'm Gucci.
Gotcha.
I love sweets.
Gotcha. Anyway, all right then. I guess with that, we should move on. Good discussion. So, okay.
Oh, look, it's my favorite Asian American actress, Scarlett Johansson.
So, yeah, Scarlett Johansson in talks to join Matt Reeves Batman movie.
I don't give a shit.
Well, it's coming one way or the other. I don't know.
I had an idea of who she was playing, but I forgot who it was.
It was Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah.
I don't expect her to be like a main villain. I expect her to be more of an extended cameo. I mean, I think it would be pretty fun if
Andrea Beaumont is main villain category in Batman.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather her be a lesser tier villain. Like, I think, like, she could make a really good. She could make a really good Roxy Rocket.
But that means we're getting the Phantasm in Batman too.
What?
She's true. Yep, she is the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm.
I don't know how you forgot that until you made us watch that film.
No, I was just saying, like, we all know her for her Marvel movies, and like, I don't know if she's gonna want a big prominent role in a DC movie.
She's a big prominent role. She's not gonna be coming back every film. It's just a film. Catwoman's not coming back.
Not main.
Which is a crime, because in the Penguin, she met up with her sister, well, quote unquote sister. So like, I thought they were gonna follow up on that. I guess
no, but in the Batman, she said she was leaving Gotham and she got her sister.
Oh, she got her sister, and then like, okay, I see, I understand.
Gotcha. But yeah. What was the character you said she was likely going to play, Jake?
She most likely will play Andrea Beaumont, the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, okay.
And most likely what happened was Batman was missing, evidently, from the Penguin, and so someone had to do something, and she thought she was...
They showed the light then, finally.
I think they were just like, please, God, please! It's like, what do I need to say?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think they would want to go with a more recognizable villain, but okay.
Massive Phantasm is considered one of the greatest Batman films of all time.
Oh, I mean,
the fact that you made us watch it before, and you're talking about that's not a good villain.
No, I'm just saying, like, Phantasm isn't as iconic as like a Riddler or Two-Face, or
I think that's the point. I think it's like you already know what the Two-Face is gonna do. You know what the Riddler is gonna do. We saw it, so like, let's do something different. Let's go. Listen, we have an iconic.
Yeah, we already did Two-Face. No one wants to see Two-Face again.
Let's just do something.
I mean, I have a guy like in my comic book shop who's a big time Batman fan, and when I asked him, who would you want to see Matt Reeves Batman tackle as the next villain? And he suggested Mr. Freeze.
That'll be
give him a second chance, you know? Like,
no. We could do that.
We have thousands of Batman villains. Let us use new ones. I want Professor Pig.
Sure. Well, I mean, Mr. Freeze has only had one theatrical run.
One theatrical release. He's been in every cartoon. He has his own cartoon movie.
Let's also remember, she's just the Phantasm. She's not the villain. She's Phantasm. Phantasm wasn't a villain.
So, you do have to have an actual villain there. So, yeah.
Everybody y'all talking about wanting to see has been in a movie and then been in literally every cartoon, even cartoons that don't have Batman, they've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I want to see Professor Pig or any of the literally lesser known mystery people who Batman had to use his detective skills to find.
Mr. Pig is an opening fight villain, you know.
Well,
yeah, because they didn't make a movie about him. If they make a movie about him, they can elevate him to that.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You have like Two-Face, some big great villain. He's a nigga that flips a coin.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think Mr. Pig already reached his peak when he was in Gotham.
He was in Beware the Batman. He was in that Beware the Batman. No one remembers that show.
I remember it. It literally, I
don't remember
after the fourth season of the Batman the anime series.
Yeah.
After Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is the unofficial fourth season of Batman anime series, that show came out then.
Jesus.
It's the one where they had like the anime style for a while.
I hated that show as a kid.
I did too.
What, the Batman?
No, Beware the Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's very anime stylized, and it came out. It came out at a weird time, to be honest.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Batman Brave and the Bold. No, Beware the Batman. I thought was okay. I thought it was okay.
Why are we ranking Batman movies?
The point is, if Batman's Detective Saga should have been elevating Batman detective work people. You don't need the detective work to figure out who the fuck Two-Face is. You don't need detective work to find out about Mr. Freeze. They literally call it the Detective Saga.
Okay.
We should be getting after the mass murderers and serial killers that they usually don't get the show.
All right.
And it's also because we're at a disadvantage, because as we talked about at some point, but
also, you'd rather have Matt Reeves do Mr. Freeze and not James Gunn in the bigger universe?
Yeah, it's a balance, because you're trying to do a detective story, but like we are always going to know who the villain is, unless
exactly.
Cool. So, so making the lesser known character shine more. I mean, we'll know at some point, but it's more like
you have more liberties too.
Yeah. So what are we going to do with this? So, you know, maybe you can even fake it out too. Maybe it's like, oh, we thought it was this dude, but it was actually this other D-list villain we didn't know about. So.
Yeah, I thought the murderers I was following Mr. Pig, but that'd be Victor Bad.
Right. So, you know.
Yep. But who would you want to see as the villain in the Batman movie?
I don't give a shit.
I knew it. I don't even know what you're trying.
Why would you ask me that question? Who do you want me to say, Clarion?
Yeah, there you go.
We're all giving our input.
That's Batman using tech skills to find out about magic and magic being real. Let's go.
Gotcha.
The nigga didn't know Spanish, by the way.
That's true. A lot of fellas.
Gotcha. Anyway, you guys, any final thoughts on this topic before we move on?
No.
Just don't do Joker, okay? I don't give a fuck. Just don't do Joker.
We can all agree on that at least. But it's not like they're going to listen to us in that department. So, all right
James
then.
Gunn
I
said,
think Matt
James
Reeves should
Gunn
do the
said
lesser
he's
known people so all the big people can still be used in James Gunn's universe. That they don't want
James
to use the same
Gunn
villains.
said if you tweet at him or the DC staff and you say specifically, I would like to see this, they will be more likely to receive your request.
Yeah, they just malign.
No. We'll never know.
He was saying that because people were saying, we don't like this, we don't like that. He's like, you're not we.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we and the people who like my comment. That's more what I meant. We.
Yeah, they don't care, bro. They do just be talking shit.
Well,
Gotcha. But all right then, audience. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the next topic. So let's move on.
those red
Okay.
pills.
Gotcha. So anyway, we're talking about He-Man's film to take a modern approach to masculinity and femininity, according to the actor.
Who cares?
I hope they don't mean like the right wing bullshit.
Nah,
Okay,
they mean
I hope
the
that
what the Netflix show
Adam
did.
is not a douchebag, and I hope that like
Well,
everyone in the cast can be cool in their own ways. Okay.
That's not modern now. That's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, but people want it to come back, so you know.
If anything, they just mean like the Netflix show where Tila and stuff can still, I won't say stand their own, but you know, you saw how she was. We saw the show.
I saw the first season.
You saw the first season. Yeah, you didn't see the ending.
I saw. Yeah, it's because I forgot that it came out and I never got around to finishing it.
They did pretty good with trying to modernize how masculine and feminine they were compared to how they used to be. I think it's gonna be a little bit something like that.
Okay. As long as they do something like that and not try to go like full on toxic.
Yeah, don't try to make a statement in fucking He-Man, bro. Of all things, come on now.
I really would not want to use that first part of Revelations as points to bring up in this movie because despite how like the later seasons came up like a Revolution, which was pretty much like an apology for that first part of He-Man, apparently the damage was already done to that franchise where we're not seeing a continuation of that series. I don't know if you guys noticed, right?
Yeah, Netflix doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, because
I just want a recreation.
We talked about this already.
I just want a recreation of the scene from the 2000s intro where he's like, "Hi, I'm Prince Adam." Da 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 da. Yeah, rather than superpowers given to me, and then like they attack him in the middle of the intro.
Look, it's great you bring up the early 2000s, He-Man, because it's kind of like what I want to bring up. Like, you know, when let me read the exact quote the actor is saying. All right, okay, without spoiling, the actor is playing He-Man. Okay. So without spoiling too much, I think there is a modernity to him that is really interesting. It feels like who he is as a person is a handshake between what traditional masculinity and femininity are. And I think it is very exciting to be able to play that in such a huge studio movie.
I think that's fine. Yeah. Because if you want to have Prince Adam himself be the more sensitive stuff compared to how he is a He-Man, I think that's fine. It makes them both feel like two distinct different people.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with them taking that type of liberty, making him more, I guess, sensitive is the phrase I'll use.
To be honest with you, okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. I didn't really grow up on He-Man. You know, I've only watched very little of the collective He-Man verse. You know, but it's like to me, Prince Adam didn't really seem like one of those like super macho. Like men, kind of like G.I. Joe characters. Does that make sense?
He was like a Luke Skywalker.
He wasn't.
He was like a Luke Skywalker.
Everyone around saw him as a coward because he used to run away to turn to He-Man.
Like to me, he seemed more like sensitive and emotional compared to like other people. I think that's why if I had to get into any cartoons from the 80s, I probably would get into like He-Man or
his design.
It's kind of half and half.
But yeah, he's not really like he's like Luke Skywalker from like the New Hope.
But the thing is, like, because the two, you know, Prince Adam and He-Man look so similar, you kind of have to differentiate the personalities to where He-Man is somebody that nobody would expect Prince Adams to be, you know?
Yeah, Twink and Twunk. There you go. They did that.
Yeah. And I do kind of find it funny, like in this article, they did bring up Barbie for a specific reason, like in.
Well, I know why they brought up before too, because I remember people remember Barbie. I think we all liked Barbie.
Yeah,
the way it approached masculinity with Ken, I think is what he means.
Gotcha. But at the same time, you also gotta remember, like, both properties are for two different sets of audiences. Barbie being the
Yeah.
female demographic, while He-Man, I know not some people are not gonna like to hear this, but he is the male fantasy character.
Hey,
Big
people
buff,
don't care. The nigga name
big
is
buff
He-Man.
man. Yeah, big buff man in a giant tiger, battle armor,
His
sword.
nigga name is He-Man. He's the epitome of the sword and magic storyline.
Yeah. I just hope they keep that in mind when they're
Yeah.
making this movie, because like,
As
okay,
long
we
as
see the
He-Man is awesome, I feel like people will put up with it.
gotcha. I mean,
A lot of people aren't fans of Adam. They don't care. People like Adam. You can't say they like Adam more than He-Man. You know what I mean?
Oh, nobody could say that. It's like saying
Yeah.
I like
So it's like, as long
more
as
than
He-Man,
Superman.
once he transforms, as long as he's still that, like, as long as he
I
still
just,
As
is
far as
that
when he first
cool, I think it'll
debuted,
be
I
fine.
just feel the testosterone go through my
Yeah.
veins.
Yeah.
That's all I
can-
want.
Look, I
Once he
can,
punches the ground and starts committing earthquakes and I hop up my seat, that's all I want. All right?
yeah, I think we could forgive like maybe some jokes here and there when he first turns into He-Man, but then for the majority of the part, he kind of has to be like the top dog. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just depends on how. Okay, as long as they don't do what the show did, where like He-Man died in the first 5 minutes, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I will never advise that for anybody restoring a
Don't
franchise.
bring a show back or introduce a new show to somebody, and then you kill off the main person people are looking for because that's all the teaser was.
Oh, can I also please not use the trope where like the main problem here is that no one goes to therapy, and that was the
Yeah, please just let Skeletor be evil. I don't want this sensitive bullshit. Actually, I was the brother of your uncle and all the other shit. And I don't need all that. All right.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot Jared Leto.
Also, you want to go to therapy? Go on your own time. I've heard it for 10 years.
Oh yeah. So
Swear
this
to
movie
God.
might bomb. By the way, Jared Leto's on a bombing streak with his films.
Yikes!
I don't know why they hired him as Skeletor. I'm gonna say He-Man. That would be terrifying to see.
I
don't know, man.
all I was saying, we've seen takes on He-Man over the decade. You kind of want to bring out like the best aspects, or like the ones that have the best sorts of receptions to like He-Man over the past couple of decades into this film. So you know what not to do, studio. All right, so let's just put it that way. I still say to this day, right, He-Man Revolution. Best moment of that whole series was like He-Man and Tila both having the power at the same time. I still watch that scene even to this
It's a great
day.
scene. The whole final 2 episodes is like actually really good.
Oh yeah, that was Endgame right there. But unfortunately, like later on, I learned like they even Revolutions, right? The budget for that was cut because of again what
People didn't
happened
come
in
watch part 2.
Revolution.
They watched part 1, Revelation. They would knowing most people didn't come back for part 2.
Yeah.
And then everyone came back for part 3.
Yeah.
For Revolution.
Well, not everybody.
75% came back for Revolution.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
And that was
But
only
even
like
then,
after it like came out for a while.
yeah, but even then at that point, like the resources they had for Revolutions was cut in half because remember in Revelations they had 12 episodes. In Revolutions they had to cut the budget down to 6 episodes.
I think that worked out for the best, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Because stretching that storyline out for 6 more episodes, I don't know if it'll work that well.
Maybe like 1 or 2
I think them
episodes.
having to just go from point to point really helped that final season.
Gotcha. But man, again, we still don't have like another continuation of that story anywhere near in sight, So
Hey, go read comics. Comics are good. You don't need a continuation of that story.
Gotcha.
Read A Sword of Flaw. It's actually really interesting.
Cool. I mean, that's on my poll list right now. Just haven't got a chance to read it. So, yeah. Just have hope, audience. I know some people are a little iffy whenever the term modern approach is taken on a property. So,
it just feels weird. It's always going to be weird when you do it for an old thing because it's right
like,
then is there. It feels like you're deciding, oh, we're not going to. This isn't for the old crowd. It's for the new crowd, and it's usually any returning franchise from the '80s. The old crowd carries that first instance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Silverhawk was coming back. I can tell you now, no new comic reader picked that up.
Oh heck no, man!
It was the old people who saw it as a cartoon as a kid. I said, "Hey, I'll check out number 1. I'll check out a few number 1s."
And like another Another thing I think people are iffy about when you use the term modern is because like some writers would take modern approach as it's saying like we kind of have to quote unquote fix certain
Yes.
things the original
We have to
that are
fix, make a stand against
yeah,
something going on right now in real life that people don't want to see in a movie.
yep, make a message or like there's stuff like there's some characters back in the day that shouldn't be quote unquote saved or needing help, this and that, you know? So yeah. Again, choose your words carefully. I hope it does good. You know, I'm gonna be watching it.
Yeah.
See how it
I
goes.
hope it's better than Red Sonja because like, yeah, we didn't even, y'all didn't even watch that. That shit came out, no one talked about it, then moved on.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I just got word from Witch. All right. So yeah, Witch had to take a leave audience. So
Have a nice life, Witch.
we'll see you tomorrow, man. Okay. But yeah, that's really it for the He-Man topic. All right, then. I guess with that, we can move on to the next one. Now,
Oh yes,
Austin, you want to bring this
yes.
up?
All right. So Jake, are you here?
No.
Oh,
Okay, that's good enough. I wanted to bring this up because I've been having a conversation this whole week, and I kept forgetting to tell Jake about it as well. People, for some reason, don't think the MCU's Fantastic Four would have beat Thanos in Infinity War.
Now Pedro Pascal, he would have done
And
it.
I was telling them, if Reed Richards knew about Thanos for 10 years, like Tony Stark did, that nigga wouldn't have got closer.
He would have sent a ship over there, and then it would have blown up. What the fuck? He couldn't. There was nothing he could do. All right. If you told Pedro Pascal's Reed about the Infinity Stones, and he had more than a year with one of them, it's done. It's done. Oh, he had a week to deal with Galactus, and he said, "Guys, I have a plan. Just like move the shit to another planet."
He convinced the whole world to work together.
That plan did work. So in the span of that last stretch of the week, he said, "All right, counter plan. I made a portal to send Galactus to another galaxy. I fixed it, finished it out."
These are the sorts of tasks. These are the sorts of tasks you have to expect from somebody with the title of the world's smartest. You know,
he earns the title. That's why this is my only read. He earns the title.
Okay. We were talking about this because it all started because some people didn't believe how the Illuminati had beat Thanos. And I was like, the movie literally tells you they had the book that gives you everything you want. They had the book of Shanti to beat Thanos. They had everything you need to do to win.
Thanos is strong. He's not that.
Yeah, like, I'm saying. Once you saw Thanos die 4 times, I don't know how you think he's the biggest bad anymore.
Yeah.
He almost lost in Infinity War.
He almost lost in Infinity War 3 times. And then he almost lost in Endgame 3 times. Like, any team that can actually properly plan ahead will beat Thanos. He's just physically strong without the film. That's literally it.
Sure.
Guess what? Physical strength ain't doing shit to Reed Richards.
It's not.
And if Sue Storm can push the Galactus, she's throwing this nigga around. This dude getting tossed.
Oh, that's true.
Bro, this thing was going in. Like this might be the worst team for them to run up against. Like on 1v4.
Sure. He has to surprise it. It has to be out of nowhere.
Yes, he had to invade that world with the full army. That's it.
He has to have a couple Infinity Stones.
And then and then people forget that it's not just a Reed and Fantastic Four. He's fighting the whole planet because they will do whatever Reed tells them to do. So he's
literally just not fighting Dr. Jones. And look, God forbid you attack a supervillain place halfway through. Because we know the supervillains are active in this universe. This is what we're doing shit in the fight against the Galactus. If they start invading and they start fucking with their shit, that's like 5 more people.
It's true. This is
so,
not the time to fuck with everybody.
Bro, a real talk. You give fucking Puppet Master some clay, he'll fucking Thanos up.
Oh wow.
Oh, y'all don't remember Infinity War. That's why I thought it was ludicrous when Doctor Strange made that line. Oh, it gives us like over a billion times. I'm like, bro, like there's no way.
Y'all, it was bullshit afterwards. But I was like, oh, well, I guess he has a face on by the time they start the fight. I guess.
I guess it's like, bro, the plan.
Maybe the other Thanos are smarter at that point.
There was no timeline where they just kept Quill in check. You mean there was no time where we just knock Quill out so they could just keep Thanos in place? Like, I'm just saying.
It's funny.
Jake, man, once again, you're challenging one of the smartest people in comics, Jake. I see.
No.
Like,
They just dumb shit. I was like his thing about like, oh, it's gonna take us 1 billion times. No, you didn't say.
Yeah, remember he said 14 billion something and 6.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way.
That didn't make sense when he only lost 3 times in one movie. But the Fantastic Four as a complete team is probably Red Four together with Prep Time probably the strongest team in Marvel right now.
Sure.
Bro, they were going to teleport a planet to a different solar system. There's no other feat close to that when it comes to teamwork.
Sure.
The only big teamwork plan was I'm gonna put armor around the world.
I don't think anybody's had a better jump. I don't think anybody's had a better jump in scientific achievements and Reed in that one act alone. You know,
Pascal would have gone to Endgame, and Thanos would be like, "I destroyed the stones." He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just remake them." He's like, "What?"
Oh, I reduced them to atoms. Oh, that's easy, light work.
Light work. Give me a year.
I can do it at home. This is fucked up. Like, for real. Bro, there are so many people against it. So I'm like, this team is probably the most complete team you have.
Sure.
You have a guy who can go to power the sun. The thing who got launched into space and was fine. So we talking about that?
Yo, tell Reed about
Galactus.
Tell Reed about
he manhandled Silver Surfer while giving birth.
Yo, tell Reed
Sue might kill Thanos alone.
Right.
It says a lot when Jake of all people is at the point of wearing a Reed Richards shirt.
I wear that Reed shirt. That is my Reed.
There's a reason in Marvel Rivals right now. I only have this full MCU set. I don't have any other MCU skin that I bought.
That's true.
I bought every Fantastic Four skin for the movie.
Gotcha.
All right, we can move on. Bro, that shit was heating me up, bro. I had to talk about it.
Nah, problem. All right, then. I guess with that, we're done with the media news, audience, and now we're going on to the comic news. And we're first starting off with Imperial Guardians announced.
How do you feel?
Okay, I'm more so surprised as who they got to write this, which is Dan Abnett.
Who is that?
For people who don't know, Dan Abnett is like one of the biggest figures in the cosmic scope of Marvel. He's the one who wrote War of Kings, Annihilation.
I know that. Damn, this is a big man. This is a big guy.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like he's actually the guy who wrote that whole complete character turn for Hercules. You know, the one I kept telling you guys about.
Yeah,
where like he actually decided to make Hercules grow up and actually kind of want to be a respectable.
Yeah, Hercules actually want to be a hero, like an actual hero.
Yeah, and that's saying something because like even after he was done with his run, Marvel still kept that status with Hercules. They didn't. They didn't put the toy back in the toy box. As a matter of fact, that was during the time where Marvel was very trigger happy about bringing everything back to number 1 or canceling a book just so they could get another number 1 out. You know, so that says a lot. You know, especially since Hercules didn't get an MCU push at that point. You know, but very surprised.
They got big hopes for this book, then.
Yeah, but at the same time, I also gotta think to myself, like, okay, Marvel and DC to an extent, they've been bringing back a lot of like, you know, old school writers, right? You know, big names back on projects like to name off an example, J. Michael Straczynski back on Captain America, or
he writes the Spider-Man spin-off book.
There you go. Or what else? I had one in my mind. But no, I'm just saying like
this coming to write up Avengers to 700 or 800.
There you go. Or Greg Pak going back to write Amadeus Cho. But
please
one thing
stop,
I know,
Greg Pak. Please stop.
No, that's kind of what I'm trying to say, right? When they came back, they aren't exactly at their peak when they came back. This kind of feels like almost like an Undertaker situation where you know them from their prime, but you really don't want to see them come back and like, oh my god, like this is who you are now. Like your writing
Yeah,
is crap
they don't
right now.
change. They don't elevate their writing, man. That was
Yeah,
Ram V from DC was talking about. Every few years, as a writer, you have to change your style. You got to update your style because if you stay in the past, you're going to keep getting
mhm.
worse and worse, trying to relive past glories.
That's pretty much what's going on here, you know? So, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, we don't know. We haven't seen Dan Abnett come back in Marvel for a long time. As a matter of fact, like after his Hercules run was over, that was it for him. He actually went on to DC. I mean, he did something pretty good with Aquaman. I'll tell you that, man.
Yeah, that was a really good
Yeah,
Aquaman run.
yeah. Like there was that whole war Aquaman had with like aliens, because
They
like
were the space Atlanteans. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, because Dan Abnett brought up a good point. Like, hey, I mean, there are a lot of other alien species and planets out there. I mean, there are bound to be some aliens that are aquatic, you know. So, like,
uh,
okay, yeah, fair play, you know.
can we can we talk about how they let them put Carol in a Donald Trump outfit?
I did. Oh, well, I didn't know. Well, a new costume for her, you
The
know.
black and silver with a star, but it's Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well, I
She
wonder.
if she like she had no stars going down the side. It would just be a full ripoff.
Gotcha. It's funny. It's great that you should bring up Carol Danvers because I'm wondering if this is kind of signaling that we might be approaching the end of Jed McKay's Avengers run. If you're telling me Carol Danvers is on this team now,
Nah, I think it's gonna be like the Thor situation where she's going to leave and then someone else is going to come in. I think that's the whole point of this 800 issue.
okay, probably because you know how by the
I
time
don't think Deb
Avengers,
McKay is done yet.
yeah, I mean, like he's already kind of cleaning house a bit with the Kang storyline he's been trying to do since he was alluding to in the beginning. But you know, by the time Avengers Doomsday comes around, they're going to want to have to go back to another one with Avengers. That's why
That's
I'm
true.
thinking. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. Does this signal the end of Jed McKay's Avengers run? We got a comment actually saying, oh, from Andrew Coatsworth 117. Hey everybody, what's up? What's
What's
up,
up, man?
dude? Yeah, what do you think about Dan Abnett coming back to Marvel and writing Imperial Guardians?
I'm
No?
I'm excited to see him do like Dark Hawk and them. I don't know like how the bitch choice.
Mm-hmm.
It really like if for real for like honestly he had no reason to be in Imperial.
Maybe another time, Andrew. We'll look into it afterwards.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, true. No, it's the same comment, We'll check it out after the stream. Well, thanks for joining the chat, though. Give us your thoughts on some of the topics we've had before. So, let's see. Going back to this, what were you saying earlier, Austin?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Undead Chauvin here.
Okay, that's another. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of wanted to bring up. I think this would have been a good point for Dan Abbott to bring in Hercules on this team because, like, we don't know what happened with Hercules with him and Novar, and you would figure that those two will be affected since they're part of the cosmic side of Marvel for the past couple of years,
Yeah, it really like if you read Imperial, like there was no reason for Undead Show to be there, other than just being a Hulk related person.
Yeah, that
That could
was.
have easily just been Hercules and served the same exact person. To be honest,
I know.
especially since all they did was fight Black Panther, then in the book.
That was a real missed opportunity to bring in Hercules here, So, oh, hopefully he'll have a reason. I mean, again, he let his footprint be known with Hercules, which I was so proud of as a Hercules fan. The other person who's going to be here is Cosmic Ghost Rider. Okay,
They took his
I
helmet
mean,
off.
well, I mean, he was wearing a space helmet, so
I
So,
know, but I like that it gave him a unique look to the fire contained in it. Now he just looks kind of weird.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean, nobody's been using those.
Gamora said despite being dead, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Gamora?
Gamora's here
Well,
despite being dead. She was killed by Maximus in the spinoff.
Left for Dead is the way I took it as, I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Well, we'll let it slide in there.
yeah.
Darkhawk. Which Darkhawk is this anyway? Is this the second one or the first one? Or the third one?
There are personal flings. That's all we really need to know, So, let's see. Oh, we have a comment actually. I'm super stoked for Doomsday. I imagine a Normandy DD Day level threat with multiple teams against Doom, like a Hitler WW2 Operation Barbossa.
Not Dead E.
Well, we're
Oh, so you're thinking of D-Day, like a D-Day invasion versus Doom, and an operation like when they Barbosa. Okay, I can see that. It's really going to be everyone trying to beat Doom their own way without knowing who Doom is. Like they know the threat, they know what's coming, and they're trying to everyone trying to stop it their own way, and they have to come together in the end when they all fail. I assume.
Yeah. I know people are. I know we're all a little bit worried about the writing that's going to go on with Doomsday, but at least we could bank on like having a lot of great action scenes,
Yeah.
So
I at least trust that the Russos will make the character interactions and the visuals look good.
Yep, exactly. So, all right, but back to the main topic at hand. I actually have the premise of what this story is going to be about. Let's see if I can find that. Okay. Assembled in secret by Maximus, the grand orchestrator behind the events of Imperial, the team of heroes representing an exciting mix of characters from different corners of yada yada, Darkhawk, Captain Marvel. So yeah, really it's going to be in the team assembled by Thanos, by Maximus. That's what we're led to believe here,
This makes me wonder where Rocket and Groot are.
Yeah. We might see them, we might not, but if it's Maximus orchestrating this, then it has to be Inhumans related. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, that means we might see Black Bolt. That makes the book worth reading.
Exactly. So I'm excited for this route. Hopefully everybody is too.
I do want. This is random. Before we move on, I do want to see Black Bolt in a react to the X-Men still in Kamala.
No, funny enough, I do recall skimming Kamala's book like after she became an X-Men, right? And you did see the Inhumans there, the royal family there. I don't know exactly what happened. I just skimmed it. I didn't even bother reading it, but I don't know. They might have just given them they might have just given her their blessing. I don't know.
Man, lame.
It was lame. Nobody. Do you expect them to give a clean send off to that Austin? I know they're still trying to play off like, oh, she's still party. No, she's still welcomed into the Inhuman barbecue. Like, yeah.
Don't worry. Next time we go to war, I'm sure she won't. I'm sure she won't choose the X-Men over us, despite not liking the
Exactly. So, all right. Anyway, any final thoughts before we move on?
No, we can go.
Gotcha. Next one. Hopefully our comment, Andrew is still here. We're actually about to be talking something Doomsday related with this too. So
Marvel reprints and renames Infamous Iron Man as Infamous Iron Man: The Rise of Doom.
Yeah.
And this is unheard of, especially 10 years after the book comes out.
Yeah,
So it really does feel like they're trying to gear up to make it seem like, oh yeah, you need to buy this book to help you prepare for the MCU and stuff like that, which is kind of worrying. People know the premise of the book is that the Fantastic Four are dead. At least, Reed Richards and Sue are dead, to Doom's knowledge. He decides after failing in Secret War, he decides to be better, try to be better. Takes on the name of Iron Man because Iron Man's dead. For unrelated things.
Yep.
Also, I forgot about that.
Also, remember at this point in time, audience, Reed and Sue were gone because the rights of the FF were by Fox. So that's
long story. They fake their death. They fake their death, and they're out exploring the universe with their kids. Fuck Thing and Johnny, by the way.
They gave them one.
No, they kind of fucked them over. I hate that death fight book. That shit actually pissed me off reading.
Yeah.
But Doom tries to be better. He decides to take up a new name of Iron Man because Iron Man's dead. This people don't know this right after Ironheart was introduced. So at the same time, we had two Iron people.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was him trying to be good, him finding the Maker. Only find the Maker is actually just Mephisto fucking with him. And then he fucks up Doom's face, and Doom turns back evil. It was a great start and a bad finish.
Yeah. You had the Maker implied to have
Dude, they
sex
were
with
implying the
Doom's
Maker
mom.
was fucking his mom.
Oh my god.
Why the Maker was fucking Doom's mom? Returned from heaven. He brought her back to life for that.
Look
Like, it was insane.
Look what the possibilities could be if Reed Richards is your greatest rival, audience, you know? You want to see
Bro, there's so much shit. In this book, they said that was good. Seeing Doom probably be a hero while the Thing don't believe in him trying to bring down Doom. It was a lot of stuff that was set up in this book that was good. But
yeah, true.
them rebranding it now implies some MCU stuff for people. And a lot of people are worried that this is the direction they're going with Doom because people don't know. Russo's keep saying that Endgame is important for Doomsday. It's important for Doom. We even like we talked about before the show, the Endgame getting re-released with a new ending or a new post-credit scene that leads straight into Doomsday.
Yep.
Which I think is gonna be Doctor Doom showing up and stealing Tony's face from his body. I think that'd be kind of funny.
They
kind of a version of Tony where in the Battle of Endgame he lost his wife or something. He still somehow made it. Just keep going. It just becomes Doom.
Oh, he just decided, you know what? I'm gonna learn magic now.
Yeah, I think because he does because they're saying Endgame's ending is so important to this film. I mean, it could just be it could be someone randomly inspired by Iron Man, but I think that's kind of.
I think it's more Doom was paying attention to the event and then took note of something.
The way I see this is like, look, the setup they had in like phases 4 and 5 weren't working out, so they're just going back to like the end game because that's the movie everybody watched. So they're going to
I'm saying like in terms of the plot. I mean, the only alternative I can think of too is that the Doom that we have here, that if this is Tony's body taking over, right? I think it could just be the case that the Doom in Fantastic Four that was missing the whole film while the Earth was in danger is probably the Doom that might be in that Tony's body, maybe. That gives him some connection to that. Alternatively, it could just be a Tony Stark that just believes in Doom because he lost the thing that he said he didn't want to lose doing all this shit. So what you think? Like
I think it has to be the Doom from the Fantastic Four that was missing. But I do think he was watching Endgame for obvious reasons. I think he was watching that battlefield. I think that Doom already has understood and opened the universe and was paying attention to everything going on.
Yeah.
What I got to do with Tony, I don't know. But I think Doom was aware of the snap and the power that released from the snap, and that somehow leads to his plan.
Ooh, some of that power could still be in Tony's body after all. You know? So, dang. Well, we'll see how that goes. Man, while we're talking about this, I've been looking up the pricing of Infamous Iron Man right now. Yeah, issue number 1 is going as high as $40, even $80. I'm like, God dang! Like, that's part of the reason why I like collecting comics. Audience,
you're telling me my Infamous Iron Man is going to be like very valuable in the future?
Yep. Oh, it's valuable now, Austin.
Austin, you're gonna be paying some bills with that book. I'm sorry.
That's one of the things I love. That's one of the things I love about comic collecting, audience. Like, you never know what comic that's just collecting dust in your comic collecting box, right? It's going to all of a sudden shoot up in value, you know?
In other words, buy every number 1 you can.
I mean, hey, I had an experience when it came to the female Taskmaster. Yeah, don't get me wrong, audience. I hated that twist. I hated it with a passion. It was stupid. But god dang, I literally had the first appearance of a female Taskmaster in my Deadpool collection, and that issue shot up in value because of that. So, yeah. Amazing how life works that way, you know? So, but yeah, that's the topic. You have any final thoughts on this, Austin, before we move on?
I just think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That because the Doom Stark thing they do in the film is going to make or break the film, one way or another.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
this connection is what's going to break this. Doom is such a big character that if you fuck this up, or at least the change you make is not appealing, it's going to fuck over this whole Phoenix phase. So
You know what?
I have faith in the Russos to make it at least entertaining.
Yeah, I'll say this: if this movie doesn't end up doing good, I'm not gonna blame the Russos for this. Like,
I probably won't either. Yeah, there's a lot going into why the film might be bad.
dude, I know some people were upset about Russo's coming back, but I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, who would you hand this reins over to then? Which directors? You think any director's gonna want to come in and like be weighed down by like all this continuity and that stuff? Like,
yeah, it was so weird that people love Infinity War Endgame. Like, oh, I can't believe they're coming back. Why they shouldn't do that? Like, what?
If they're releasing game and it's the same story, post credit scene's different. I wonder if it's just that like that's Tony, like it's our Tony, like that is Tony's body. He just dug it up and used it.
That's what I'm saying. I think I think he clearly does some Tony's body. I don't know if I still think the Doom we're going to see is just a Doombot. I think that reveal is going to be revealed when like Reed sees it. Like, who the fuck is that?
What?
It's not Victor.
Oh, it's Victor. Oh, what the fuck?
Doom, I knew Victor. I knew it was you. Hold on, you're not Victor.
Who the hell are you?
Those who see me all say Victor Reed. Like,
probably, I mean, it also makes sense because the Scarlet Witch is in our universe, so he could use her powers, and maybe he was going to, and then it just didn't work out.
So I said, there's a lot you can do here with the idea of the premise. Yeah, see which one they choose.
Yeah, because we have all the most important multiverse shit in the main timeline. We have America Chavez, we have Scarlet Witch.
We ain't seen America Chavez, man.
We have maybe one of the better Doctor Stranges according to Multiverse of Madness.
We have the best Doctor Strange according to him.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha. But alrighty, audience.
That does bring up the side question: is Doom Sorcerer's Supreme and Doctor Strange such exist?
Well, it's not going to be that hard for Doctor Doom because remember, I don't know if they still keep this established, but magic in the MCU is just science that's unexplained.
No, that was Thor's version.
That was literally just Thor's magic.
That's how Asgardian people saw magic, but there's actually real magic. That's Doctor Strange's thing. So
yeah, Asgardian magic is from Earth magic, according to Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, so Thor just a bullshit ass dude.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You put Reed in Asgard, this man learns magic in like 2 hours.
Sure.
Gotcha. Damn. Again, I'm seeing a comic of Infamous Iron Man going as much as $100. Dang.
Yeah, we're winning.
All right, audience. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the last 2 topics. So go ahead.
We did pretty good then.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So this weekend, I made the boys watch Bionicle: The Legend Reborn. It was supposed to be the start of a trilogy, but it wound up being the last Bionicle movie to ever be made.
How did that start? How did that happen?
It just didn't do well. So. Or didn't do the numbers they were expecting. This even go on Nickelodeon. When I was a kid, they put the show on Nickelodeon for a little bit. But yeah, I'm the Bionicle fan here. So what's up?
You were sounding like a robot.
Yeah, you turned to a robot for a minute.
I said it just didn't make the numbers that it was supposed to sustain it, I guess. That's why we didn't get a Bionicle 4 to begin with I guess the Lego felt like it was just like it seems like the series soft rebooted, and this is a good jumping on point. So if Bionicle is going to stay for a little bit longer, you can maybe have your trilogy and end the films that way. We can release a new toy line every film, something like that. But yeah, that was it. This was it. This was the last Bionicle movie. What'd you guys think?
I just can't get that thought out of my mind where he turned one of the bad guys into the snake, and not just a snake. Yeah, not just a snake, audience. I'm talking about like you literally kept his head as the head of the snake, like his face. I'm like, what the heck? You couldn't just go full transformation, dude. That looks weird.
Bro, he's making him the devil, bro.
Yeah.
That was God's judgment.
Yeah. And the way he turned him into a snake too. Yeah, this golden guy just literally grabs him and puts his forehead on his forehead, and then he's screaming "No!" as a bright light intertwines over him and turns him into a snake.
it was low key brutal. I was
Bro,
down.
why you had this art where like the guy doing like the Galactus thing where he fell down and started looking at smelling dirt?
Well, I mean, is he not Galactus? Is he not the Galactus of his universe?
No, bro. Mata Nui. People don't know this movie had God himself square up. He was terrible.
Because that's how we get down in Bionicle, bro. Everybody knows how to fight. God, the devil, the Toa, bro. Everybody's a fighter, bro. All right, everybody even fights themselves. Yeah, so basically, I guess I should introduce the premise before we get into all of our thoughts here. The premise is this takes place at the end, right after the ending of the 2009 line of Bionicles, the Toa Mystica arc. Makuta has won. He has taken
movie came
over.
out in 2009.
Huh?
The movie came out in 2009. So wouldn't it be 2008?
2008. Thank you. So the Makuta has won and taken over the Bionicle universe, or what they consider the Bionicle universe. We find out that universe was actually a giant robot that all the islands live in, which I don't think the movie frames well. I don't know where the islands are supposed to be when the movie's opening, but whatever. But yeah, we find out that the Matoran universe, as it's called, is in a giant robot, and this is what makes Matanui God. He is the AI that controls the giant robot. But roughly around the Toa Marhi arc, when Matanui was in a coma, Makuta slipped away, and he replaced Matanui as the main consciousness for the body, and he tricks the Toa. Say that again?
I said respectable.
Respectable, yes. And he switches Matanui out, and then he just waits for the Toa Nuva to revive what they think is Matanui, but really they're reviving Makuta in that body. And Makuta, to make sure that Matanui can't stop him, puts him in the Mask of Life and shoots him to another planet across the galaxy. He is so far away. Okay. Now he's on the world of Barra Magna. This is a wasteland filled with creatures that look like the Bionicle, the Matoran of his world. But they're not quite. They don't have special powers. They have Toa-like figures, but they're not Toa. They
very much look better.
Yeah. Apparently in the books, they're supposed to be the movie got a little bit of a mistake. They wanted to look more like the toys. In the books, they're supposed to be more fleshy than the Matoran are. So they're supposed to be more like humanoid than machine, as opposed to Matoran, who are machine more than humanoid. That was supposed to be the differentiating factor. In the movie, they just made them look like the toys, which I don't think looks terrible. So I guess, just a lore thing. But yes, now that Matanui is on this new world, a new body and a new power he's never had before, he has to learn how to fight like a normal person. He has to walk in the shoes of a Toa, a legend that he has to follow the ideals that he gave to his people. But now he has to live by them and spread them to this new world with this hellish Mad Max culture.
Hold on, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of funny. He may set all these unrealistic rules and damn, I gotta follow them too.
Yeah. In the movie, if you remember in the movie, there's this thing that this little three. There are these two threes that face each other, and then the three dots. That's the three creeds that he made. The first movie tells you that he made those creeds that every Toa has to follow, and it's unity, duty, and destiny. And these are this is the honor code that the Toa follow. And as a team, basically. And so now he has to impart this wisdom to like a new race that's never done this before. Instead of Matoran, we have a Gori. Basically they are Matoran, but they're just called something different. And then we have the Glatorian. Wait, hang on. I actually have the trailer here for it. We have the Glatorian, who are gladiators who fight in the arena. They're representatives of each of their tribes, and whoever wins the Glatorian match wins something for their tribe, basically.
Look at it, some real warriors. Finally.
So yeah, they don't have mask powers or Toa tools. They only fight with the weapons that they got, the scraps left.
The real men of Bionicle.
So yeah. But that was basically the movie. Cryptid already gave his thoughts. Austin, what were your thoughts on the movie? Oh, he disappeared. Okay. Well, while we're waiting for Austin to come back, Cryptid, so you liked the movie?
I was washing my hands. Damn, give me a second. I didn't think you were gonna we would cut this video when I went mute.
I didn't know what you were doing. I thought you were going on and off, so I didn't know.
No, I was washing my hands.
Oh, okay.
But I actually really liked it. I thought it was a good. Now you told me it's the end of the universe, so it's kind of ass, but I liked it at the beginning.
Right. Well, we still have an ending. No, there's an ending to the story, but it's just not in a movie. That's all.
I don't trust you until you read on camera.
Well, okay. but yeah, what did you like about the movie?
But Montanui himself coming down was actually a very interesting idea. I guess we should have saw it coming with how the other series ended. To be fair,
Yeah.
But like watching your god bleed is kind of insane. Like, we thought about it during the movie last night. Any godlike figure come down having to learn how to fight. Like, shouldn't you know this already?
Yeah.
Aren't you all powerful, all knowing? Like, what happened? I think it's interesting trying to restart the legend in different places. Like you said, it's the perfect jumping on point for a lot of people. Like I think it handled like everything it tried to do well. I guess it didn't sell well.
Yeah. I think the whole thing on Matsunui, it's kind of been set up that Matsunui was gonna go through something like that. There's like multiple times in the Bionicle lore where they talk about how like their characters, like as the series goes on, more characters are like, yeah, but why can't Matsunui save himself? Like, why am I doing all the work for this guy? Why is my best friend dead because Matsunui couldn't save him? There's like a character in the last arc who is basically like, well, why do I have to follow these rules if Matsunui isn't strong? Like, I fuck him. He can't protect me. So we had this breaking of faith from Matsunui for a little bit. It was a background plot. But yeah, I think one of the most poignant things was after Matsuro died, and I think and Holly had this whole thing about heroism that she found weird. It's like, yeah, it's not fair that God asked so much. Well, Matsunui asked so much of us. And then when we do it, like people don't know the sacrifice we had to put in for it. Like people don't like we can tell the story, but people have no idea what it was like to be in that position. And so I think it's kind of cool that Matsunui is now in the position of like the people who for the past like decade, well, I guess in the universe, for the past like over 1,000 years have been fighting in his name. I've been trying to ensure that his universe is alive. I thought that was like a really cool, interesting idea that you could really only do in a story like Bionicle. So I thought the premise was fine. That said,
wait, hold on. I will say I do think it's funny because I'm thinking now, Jake. If I was him and I say the universe as it's coming down, I think y'all have no right to ever complain to me about shit.
That's true.
I did it. I mean, y'all can do it. Simple as that.
It's true. That's why Jesus came down to say we can do it. So.
Austin, if a whole family could complain about, let's say, Ant-Man saving the universe a couple of months later, man, they could give this guy crap about like, hey, what have you done for us recently? I know you saved the world before, but come on, what have you done now?
I gave you goddamn life.
Can you give us a goddamn roof? Yeah,
I did. I gave you a universe. What do you want from me?
Can you build us houses?
Can you give us internal heating, plumbing?
Yeah, do you know what plumbing? Do you know what plumbing is?
Here's a little food for thought for y'all audience. If God says yes to all your prayers, who's really God in that case?
Still him, bro. Magically making an appearance, crazy.
Yeah. That said, how did I feel about the movie? Having watched all the Bionicle films, I think it's the weakest one of one. I was surprised Krypton and Austin liked it. I just think it's like the weakest one for me. I
don't think it's as good as I don't know what you showed me, but I thought it was a good starting point. Like I say, if it's the first movie at the start time, I think it's not a bad start.
That's fair. I think what makes the Bionicle movies work, the Miramax trilogy, I think is great. I don't think like it's hard. It's really hard to say exactly how I feel. It's not the best franchise of all time. It's not even the best trilogy. I think, but I think it's great for being a Bionicle story. I think the idea, the way that it sat kids down and they told a trilogy that took itself seriously, but never forgot it was a kid's movie. There were no like fart jokes. There was like maybe like there was like a comic relief character, but even they took it seriously when they needed to. One of the best parts about Bionicle 3 was that it was the comic relief character who had to get serious and help his leader who was going through some dark shit. Like, he was not joking around. He's like, I'm going to save this guy because I put him in this place because I was being too much of an asshole to him. I was being too jokey. I was not taking him seriously. So now I got to man up and I got to save my friend. I thought that was like a really cool thing. I think with this one, though,
I disagree. I think he'll be okay to his leader, okay? If every decision you make is definitely the right one, but it ends bad, I'm allowed to be fucking frustrated, okay?
I think more of the
especially no matter what you do, this other blue chick is gonna suck you off about any choice you make regardless.
That's fair. But I did like that. I did like that Mattel was the one who brought the comic back to the light. I think my only problem with this one is every Bionicle movie has an emotional through line. I don't think this one has a strong enough one. Especially because there's small lines, but I was getting annoyed, and Cryptic can hear me, because I felt like they were making up shit about Matanui that was not true, at least as far as I interpreted the story. There was a line where he goes like, "Oh, trust me, arrogance can be your downfall. I know." I'm like, no, that's not why you felt. You were never arrogant. You were doing your job. Your brother got jealous.
Hey, he might have been arrogant one time, good brother. You don't know.
Maybe
if Mufasa of all people just said like, "Thanks, brother, for saving the kingdom. Your name is Scar now, fuck nigga," and then leaves. I'm sure Matanui can have a bad day.
I suppose it's just like Matanui was always supposed to be like, they never gave Matanui a character flaw, which I mean this movie does, to be fair, and I'm not mad at it. I think my problem was more than just like I felt like the writers couldn't figure out like what that emotional beat for him was. I think it should have been like he realized that like I am helping these people, but I also need to make sure that they're giving credit to the other people supporting me. I think it would have been kind of interesting if there's a character called Akar and he's his trainer. And he's teaching Matanui the ropes of like fighting. And he's also supposed to be like this, like he's kind of like the figure that can bring the other Glatorian together if he needs be. I thought it would have been really interesting if when Matanui shows up and he gives everybody the fancy tech, the fancy armor, these new clothes, and does the Jesus miracles, the guy's like, well, hold on a minute, everyone's praising you, but I was running this shit before you got here. I think it would have been a cool lesson about Matanui was like, oh wait, actually, you know what? Guys, like I couldn't have done this without my boy right here. This is my friend. And I want you guys to like I learned my lesson. Like because of me ignoring Makuta's complaining. Makuta turned evil. That's how all this started. I need to show that I might be a god, but I can't do this by myself. I'm nothing without these people. I thought that could have been like an emotional arc for him. In terms of the movie we got though,
I need my squad. Where's the Matai? I need a god squad of 5 with 56 people. Different mass power.
Right. I do think also another thing too is the movie drags a little bit in the middle half. I thought the beginning was stronger than I remember. I think like the closer I got to the end, it was kind of dragging just a little bit. I kind of felt the length of it. Bionicle's always had this problem in the movies because they want to show kids all the different places in one film as like an advertisement for the world itself. Mask of Light did a pretty good job because every time we met a new because we were looking through the eyes of Takua and Jala. I'm sorry, Jala. It's just spelled Jala. So we were looking at the eyes of Takua and Jala, and they had to go on this quest to get the Mask of Life to the Seventh Toa. We didn't know it was Takua at the time. Every time Takua goes to a new place, we get a new Toa. We get to know them. They do a cool set piece. They leave. So it's like, oh, cool. Those are new superheroes. Bionicle 2 kind of struggles with this a bit because it's the Toa are on the run from the government. And that they stretched that out a little bit too long for me, but I still like that movie. Bionicle 3 I think is perfect with this because it's so seamless. Like every set piece they go to has a specific purpose that you don't feel that runtime. I feel like with this one, it felt like we were just kind of running through everything just because we had to. I think that was my main issue with it. I do think there were some animation errors here that Miramax, I would never catch Miramax doing. Like the scene, where what's her name? Kina? She sees her like little brother character, I forgot his name, where he's like running away and you can see his shadow and you can see that, but the shadow is not at the right frame rate. So it looks like he's jogging. It looks like he's like walking, but he's actually running. I thought that was kind of weird. There were things like that. There were little animation mistakes that kind of were distracting me a bit. That really felt like low budget type stuff. But I do think there's some good things. We got the most action scenes in this movie than I think in any other Bionicle film, and they were actually action scenes, and they were choreographed pretty well. I like seeing the differences in fighting styles. Like, you could tell when a car fights, you can tell he is experienced compared to everybody here in the fight. When Kina fights, you can tell she has a little bit of stuff, but she's not great. And same with Gresh, who even in the comics was like a rookie. So I was disappointed we didn't get a follow up to the comic when I was a kid. I still am too. I feel like if this remained a spinoff, the story would have been about Gresh, but Matanui had to be here, so whatever. I think, and Montanui especially, like, even by the end of the movie, even though he's learned to fight a little bit, he can't fight. Like, he can't really fight that well. But he just has just enough to really get him through. And that stays consistent. He doesn't, like, magically unlock the Matrix and all this other shit as well.
Bro, he like, goddamn God, what do you mean you don't unlock the Matrix?
So, I do think I did have a problem too. There was like a line that really kind of annoyed me, where a car teaches Matanui the lesson, like, okay, when you're fighting somebody, you need to wait, analyze your opponent's movements, find their weakness, and strike. And then Matanui learns the lesson, and he goes like, "There's nothing more I can teach you." I'm like, yeah, that seems like you teach him a little bit more. You can teach him how to maybe fight a little bit better. Maybe some Captain America moves, some flips and flips, We also have the introduction to a pet sidekick character, Cryptid's favorite genre of characters. We have the introduction of Click, who is this little scarab beetle. I like how this represents. Okay.
They prove themselves useful. I'll tell you that, audience. So the Click. Clank.
I like also what. Oh, go ahead, Cryptid. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, I was just saying the name Click.
Yes. Yeah. So I like Click because it represents everything about Matanui's character that I think makes him the person that the Matorans revered. That he cares about the little guys, and even not just the little guys, the insects too. Like, I thought Click was a perfect representation of his mindset when he was overseeing everything in the Matoran universe. So I thought that was cool. Also, this is the first movie where they bring up the great beings who I've been purposely neglecting to mention the whole time in every review. I do.
Hey, you brought them up last week. I remember.
Oh yeah, I did. Right? Yeah, the great beings made the Bionicles to begin with, and we found out they even had some like prototypes as well. This trilogy was supposed to be about the great beings. Like, who was God's God? Like, that was supposed to be like the main draw of the trilogy.
Is the guy Odo and looking for him with the mask?
Yes. I need to know. And there were things I was curious about too, like, why did the Mask of Life react to the stone wall in the temple? Because as far as I'm aware, the Mask of Life is just a life support system in case Matanui goes into a coma, or a thing that kills Matanui if things go bad. So I was curious about why his mask reacted to another planet and like opened that door specifically. And it is kind of cool seeing Matanui learn the lore with us. There's something humbling about seeing a god be like, "Yo, I don't know what the fuck this is." You know what I mean? That was pretty cool as well. Another thing I thought was really cool was when Matanui gave the Glatorian Toa tools, and they had to learn how to use their elements for the first time. I thought that was pretty dope. A dope way to reintroduce the elemental concept to this new franchise, or section of the franchise, and seeing the characters kind of adapt. They're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? I can control the elements." When like in the Torin universe, that's like, "Oh yeah, you're a Toa." Yeah, obviously you'll be able to. That's like a normal thing. Yeah. And that's why I think the Toa Nuva would absolutely dog the Glatorian heroes. Okay, that's honestly why I think if they did a versus match, they would lose. But yeah, and it was also interesting seeing the movie not have to worry about mask powers. In the prior movies, in the prior stories, every Toa had a mask power to go with their Toa form. But in this one, they don't have that. Only Matanui has one. So I was interested in that. I was also curious to find out, like, can they take off their mask like the Matoran can and the Bionicles can? Because that's also a big thing as well. Like, if you take off, because in the Matoran universe, if you take off your mask, your powers are cut in half without one.
Right.
So I was curious, like, can the Glatorian lose their mask? Is that a part of their face? I was a bit, that's something I was curious about.
Jake, in the words of Dr. Doom, this mask is my true face. All right.
That's true. I think there was so much to Barra Magna I was enjoying, but I think the movie was had a couple of pacing issues that didn't really flesh it out as much as I thought. I did also like how they reintegrated the Matoran, Turaga, and Toa system as well, because they do have village elders. Like in the Matoran universe, they have the Turaga, which are the Toa when they give up all their power, and they become old, wise men and women. In this universe, it seems like their Agori get voted to be village elders, which is a different type of system. But I did like how they still followed that structure almost instinctively. And it is... Oh, God.
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. You went off mute, usually.
No, I'm listening and everything.
Yeah, and I do find it interesting as well that we get the revelation that there is a giant robot on this planet, too. That the implication is the Agori did come from their own Matoran universe. But just something happened and the robot just fell apart. And now that they're just wandering the wasteland and they're just fighting each other. I think the last thing I do appreciate about this...
Wait. That implies that either another robot sneezed on another one, or they kissed and they swapped saliva and the robot translated.
I think, because Matanui is the body, the giant robot is a spaceship. It's supposed to travel the stars. And
that's called walking. That's called walking.
And it can travel the stars. And the reason, if you remember in the opening of the movie, Matanui, the body gets up, and the island is on top of his face. That's because he was down there for that long. He crash landed at some point, and his body was covered for that long. That's why there was an island on top of his face. By the way, shout out to Masanui the island. It got destroyed at the beginning of the movie, so all the Bionicle 1, fuck you, I guess. But yeah, I am interested. I am interested to continue the series. We'll finish the series and see where this goes. I do kind of want to know what happened with the great beings. What was the real purpose of making the Bionicles? All that stuff. I thought that would have been really cool to see in a trilogy. Unfortunately, this one just didn't hit well. Cryptid. You did want to know about what happened to Metis, I imagine, the snake.
Okay, what happened?
So attached to the DVD, there was a short called Metis' Revenge, and I watched this as a kid. This one basically the Matanui and his posse are training with their new powers, because they don't know what the threats are to come in the future. And Metis is trying to kill them, but they don't know that. He keeps trying to set up traps to kill him, like a Home Alone style thing, but they don't recognize he's there. So he tries to get away. Well, no, he tries to set up his next scheme, but Click, the beetle, sees him, and he gets into a fight with the beetle, and he almost kills him, but then Click calls in an army of beetles to jump the shit out of him, basically.
Oh my god! To go from finding God audience to being arch rivals with a bug.
With his pet, okay.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were on if you were a Matoran,
right,
and then your guy showed up with new people?
The disciples of Matanui, I think that would elevate them. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about that, bro. You already lost. We don't see you bleed. You got launched across the universe and stuff, and they show up with brand new people. We ain't good enough no more.
Aliens, by the way, to the Matoran, these are aliens, so, so they don't seem.
Can you imagine if the one above all showed up at the end game with the Chitauri as his servants? Hold on now.
So, but yeah, so Metis gets jumped by the beetles and tossed away. Because this is more kiddie than the other Bionicle. If this is the Miramax series, he would have died right there. But this is more of a kids friendly Bionicle, or more so than before. So he does survive, but he's like, I'm gonna get that beetle someday. So Metis is not doing great, but that's kind of what happens to him. But yeah,
that beetle scene reminded me of the fucking mummy scene with the beetles. Remember that?
Yeah, when it turns into the giant beetle monster, and the scarabs too. I think I still like Barra Magna. I think it's a cool world. Hopefully in the books it's fleshed out a bit more. I'm kind of sure of it, or maybe not. I know at this point Greg is working on a niche franchise. Maybe you've heard it before, Ninjago. So he's working on that, and then he also has a new daughter at this time period. And then he's also finishing Bionicle, so I'm not sure how much effort he put into the ending. I heard it was a little rushed, so we'll see. But yeah, next time we come back, we'll be with I'm going to do the prequel to the movie and then the movie novelization. And then we get to the final arc of Bionicle, which is titled Bionicle Stars, which sees Makuta learning where Masanui is and gonna go square up with him one last time. And then we get a crossover with the Toa Nuva and the Glatorian Legends. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So
yeah.
But yeah, that was Bionicle: The Legend Reborn. In addition to that, I wanted to space these out, but I did want to go over, since we're done with the Bionicle songs, there's not gonna be any new songs anymore. Yes, we're done with that. So I kind of wanted to go over, first off, shout out to Cairo Shell. She did an amazing song in this movie, Bye Bye Babylon. That is
Bye Bye Babylon Rose, the Sonic song, of course.
Yes.
Wow.
For this movie, we had two songs this time. One was The Presence, which was made by The Ride. I like this song. I think it's atmospheric. It gets your blood pumping. But Bye Bye Babylon, something else, dog. I love this song. It's maybe one of my favorite Cairo Shell songs, I think Closer to the Truth I've appreciated as an adult. I think going through all the Bionicle songs, I think they give me that Sonic vibe where it's where they feel like the perfect capstone at the end of the adventure. I'm always kind of a sucker for these types of bands that show up.
Oh, if I was doing something, I wanted to say this. The Presence sounds like a rip off of the Touch by name.
Oh, yeah. So, but I do like all the Bionicle songs. I think if I had to rank them, it's still Move Along versus Crash for number one. Second rank, I'm gonna cement in Bye Bye Babylon. I think it's just a great song. Excuse me. Third rank, I think I would put Closer to the Truth, which is crazy because as a kid I was not a fan of it. Or at least I thought it was okay. But re-listening to it, Closer to the Truth was the last song that played for the Toa Nuva. And that song was about like reaching the end of the goal and finding out the revelations of the whole story. That's what that song represented. Which was funny because the end of the story was Makuta wins, so that was the truth they found out. So I like this song a lot. It's a different type of finale song, but it's dark, it's atmospheric, and it does prepare you for the idea of Makuta winning in the end. It's not as hopeful as the other songs would be. And then after that, it's either Hero by All Insane Kids or Gravity Hurts. As a kid, Gravity Hurts would be at the top. Gravity Hurts was like the his world of Bionicle for a lot of people, including myself. But now that I'm older, I think I'm going to say Hero by All Insane Kids. I think because
look how edgy that picture is, bro. God damn.
That's Cairo Show, dog. That's Cairo Show.
They're like, why are they about there in front of like the Star Wars thing?
Yeah, I know.
It's like a poster for Andor.
Right. Cairo Shell and Andor. I think I like Hero. I think Hero by All Insane Kids represents its story more than the rest of them. Which the song basically is about, do you know what it takes to be a hero? Do you have what it takes to be a hero? Which I think encapsulates the Toa Metru pretty well, them having to constantly answer that question and be like, a Toa sounds great, but I don't really actually want to be a Toa, other than Matau, who loves being a Toa. But I think in conjunction with that story, I think I love it more. Gravity Hurts is great. I think it has a good melody. It's the only Cairo Shell song sung by a man. At least in the Bionicle universe, so that's pretty cool. Face Me comes next. I still don't like. People say it's a great song for Mataro, and maybe it is. I don't vibe with it. I think it's okay. In fact, I'll put Presence by the Ride in front of it. And in front of Face Me, to show how much I don't vibe with this song, I will put As Above, So Below, which isn't even a canonical Bionicle song. It is for the fan game that got canceled, and I'll put that still above Face Me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll put Face Me. I think goes last.
I personally think "Face Me" is the greatest song Bionicle ever made.
I mean, if you want to listen to it, go ahead. But
I don't think I will.
Nah, there you go. But I think it's okay. I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's not. Oh, damn! Creeping in My Soul. That was the first Cairo Shell song. Where would I put that? I think I will put it. It used to be one of my favorites as well. I'll put it before Gravity Hurts. I think it goes right before Gravity Hurts. It's so atmospheric. It's a good villain song, and it does set you up for the Baraki being these kind of horror monsters, even though they are kind of warlords. And it went well with the trailer. And you know what? I forgot one more too. The Paraka rap. I will put that over Face Me.
It's like the Donkey Kong rap. DK. Paraka. Like that.
We'll put that over Face Me. Yeah, I know what that means. I think Face Me is okay. I don't think so. Yo-Yo Paraka as a kid, ironically, it was weird to me. I thought Yo-Yo Paraka was stupid. It made me hate the Paraka as a kid. But when I was as an adult re-listen to it, it's actually fun to listen to. It's stupid, but it's fun. And so that was so we went through all the Bionicle movies, or at least I did. Austin watched 3 of them. Austin, do you remember Mask of Light?
Yeah.
Where would you rank your Bionicle movies? The ones you've seen.
Well, I think the first one, Mask of Light, and this one?
Yeah, Mask of Light, Bionicle 3, Web of Shadows.
Oh, Bionicle 3, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably put in that order, man. I'll probably put 3 first, then Mask of Light, then this.
Okay. And Cryptid probably doesn't remember he did watch Web of Shadows. I had it for a movie night.
Yeah.
So.
Dude. We watch so many movies of all the ends, it's hard to remember them all.
Yeah, Jake, this Bionicle is not the car road revenge, whatever the fuck that shit was called. All right.
Sure, it's not. But yeah, that's it. That's the Bionicle. That's Bionicle for the week. I went a bit longer since I had more time than I thought.
Oh yeah. All the way up.
Yeah.
For the audience.
I thought we had one more topic.
No, I mushed them together. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Next time when we go to the end of Bionicle, we will go over the reboot, maybe January, I don't know, and then we will see how I would have rebooted the franchise if I had the chance, if I could. So that's
look at to write the series.
Right.
Look at a fan wanting to put his fan fiction as canon audience. You know? Wow.
I want
that's literally every comic writer before they get hired on.
That's true.
That's true. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us, audience. So, join us tomorrow when we talk about the comics of the week.
Yeah.
So, alrighty then. With that, we'll see y'all next time. See ya.